Hello, friends! Welcome to the Labyrinth. Welcome to our charity stream today benefiting the Trevor Project. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for that.
That timing was excellent.
That was excellent timing. I just realized I need to put my headphones in. That's important, or else I'm going to be captioning everybody.
Boop.
In the meantime, while I'm doing that, why don't we go around, say who you are and who you're going to be playing today.
How do you want us to start?
Somebody start.
Okay, I'll start. Hi everybody, I'm Lady Dave, and today I'm playing Scorch, who's a fiery. I can do really cool things, mostly involving fire and other stuff. But that's me, I'm Scorch. Hi, I'm Scorch.
Hey, I am Mitchell, and I will be playing Black Star today, the sickest, coolest worm there ever was, who will one day turn into a butterfly. Don't let him know he might not, but one day he will and become this epic warrior of the realm. It might subjugate the rest of the people under his will, but it's a process. All right, dreams come true.
I don't know how I'm going to beat that, but hi, I'm Julian. Today, I will be playing Lady Bun of Chelsea, a knight of yore, who rides a proud steed by the name of Basil.
Nope.
She might join you on your quest for tyranny. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Yes, let's do it. You'll be my dark knight.
Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm going to be playing Clove. Clove is a gardener in the Labyrinth, and she carries around a giant pair of shears.
I'm Anna. I'm playing Lady Linelia. She is a fox-like knight of yore, and her steed, the very noble badger, Mr. Scrabbles.
So noble.
And I'm Ed. I'm going to be playing Zubu. He's a horn beast, and he's very forgetful.
And I'm Caitlin, and I'm going to be your Goblin King, aka the Game Runner. Couple of quick, just kind of housekeeping things before we get started. We are raising funds today for the Trevor Project, that's not going to work because that's in all caps. There we go. Which is an incredible organization that provides mental health resources, crisis intervention, and suicide prevention services to LGBTQIA+ youth. The donation link is there in chat and will get posted every few minutes. We also have some incentives today. If you're interested in donating, you can do so. $5 will get one player of your choice help with their next roll. Just mark in the comments of your donation which player you'd like. $10 will give a player a hindrance on their next roll. $20 gives the whole party help on their roll. $30 will bring a wandering labyrinth denizen into the next scene. And for a $50 donation, the Goblin King herself will make an appearance. So those are your options for donating. We'll be taking donations throughout today's session and the future sessions. A note on that, this was intended to be a one-shot. However, it probably won't be completed in one 3-hour session. None of us have played this game before, so we don't actually know how long it's going to go. So we will be streaming on Sundays from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. until we either make it through the Labyrinth or everyone gets lost forever. Those are pretty much the two options. I think it'll probably be this Sunday and next Sunday, and that'll probably be it. But stay tuned. You might have more options to catch our crazy goblin adventures. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull up my charity tracker because that's something else I should have done before we started going. And we have a $50 donation. Okay. Well, the Goblin King can't appear yet. We haven't started.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Just open with the Goblin King.
So the Goblin King will appear shortly. Let me pull this up just so I have it available for things like comments on donations and whatnot. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into the labyrinth. Now, as our party finds themselves, the other thing to note, I am reading this directly out of the book because that's the only way to really do this. So if I look down or away for a few moments, that's why. But as you all find yourselves, you have made your way to the labyrinth of the Goblin King in search of something. Something has been taken from you, from the world, and that thing is the concept of David Bowie. David Bowie has ceased to exist. The music no longer exists. The fashion, gone. The presence has been removed from the world, and that is unacceptable. So, you have all joined as an adventuring party to save the existence of David Bowie, retrieve it from the Goblin King, and return it to the world as it should be. So.
Or just me. I mean, I really want the concept of David Bowie because I'm cool. David Bowie's cool.
Yeah, I feel like we don't have the concept of tight, skinny jeans anymore without David Bowie. Everything's baggy and with so much room.
There are no tight pants.
Nothing but Jankos.
All right. So,
Parachute pants.
as you reach the first section of the labyrinth, the stone walls, these high
I don't wear pants.
These high walls cast long and sinister shadows. Deja vu hides around every corner, and unfamiliarity bombards the senses. From the hill on which you stand, the labyrinth stretches out before you in its entirety, vast and impossible. The labyrinth is spread out before you, crawling over the hills. Things are happening. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Anytime, the notifications aren't going to pop up on screen, but there will still be sound because I have not figured out how to turn that off. I apologize, chat. So the dings are notifications that just aren't popping up. Okay, the labyrinth is spread out before you, crawling over the hills surrounding the Goblin King's castle. Descending the slope, you are confronted by a wall, beyond which lies the labyrinth's first ring, the maze of stone corridors you glimpsed from the hilltop. A square stone-lined pond filled with brackish water lies nearby. No openings or gates can be seen. No footprints mark the sandy earth. But as you approach, you hear two voices call out to you. And you see two figures approaching. The first is a shorter, kind of squat dwarf who says, hello, are you trying to get into the labyrinth? I know the way in. I know the way into the labyrinth, if that's what you're looking to do. And the other voice / figure comes from a horned beast, a larger, hairy creature. And she says, "Oh no, don't listen to him. I know the way into the labyrinth. My door is the correct door. No, you must do the smart thing. The smart thing is to enter the labyrinth through my door. See, if you go through my door," and he points toward this door that is now appearing, that is kind of this old wood and rusty metal. And he says, if you go through my door, when you're in there, puzzles, devices, architecture will be easier. You'll have a better chance of doing things that involve these kinds of mechanical things if you go through my door. And the horned beast says, well, that may be true, but if you do the wise thing, you'll go through my door. And she points towards a door that is made of carved stone and kind of overgrown with moss. And she says, if you go through my door, creatures, plants, social situations, those types of things will be easier for you in the labyrinth if you go through my door. And then they both kind of look at you expectantly. Thank you for all the donations that just came in. While the party decides what they're going to do, I will catch up on what I need to do.
Zubu likes plants. Hi, I'm Zubu.
A white paw goes up into the air, sorry.
Alright. Which one has the buffet?
Well, obviously the people one, right?
That makes sense.
Also, if we look at David Bowie's career, right? Someone might have said at the beginning, trying to do this sort of music is stupid. So obviously we can't do the smart door. We have to follow David Bowie's path to the people.
That makes sense.
Ooh.
And this one has moss on it, and that moss is always nice.
The horned beast, who has been listening to you through all of this, kind of nods and says, I believe this logic is sound. My name, by the way, is Loma, and I think that going through my door will benefit you. And the other one says, I'm Gloam, and I think this is a terrible idea.
Loma, Loma. I like that. That has a better song to it than Gloam, 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 Gloam. No, yeah, Loma. I like Loma's door.
Which one's
Better
that?
song.
Is that the people door?
Loma's door is the people door, yes.
It's the
Then
food
let's-
door.
Also,
Let's do it.
courtesy of our good friend Dax, you all have help on your next roll.
Yay, thank you.
Aw, thank you, Dad.
Thank you.
Dax.
And also, you will be encountering a wandering denizen at some point in the near future.
Yay.
All right, so you would like to enter through Loma's door?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will squirm my way over.
All right. So you make your way to this moss-covered door, and it opens fairly easily. There's a bit of kind of a creak and some dirt kind of falls as you open it, but you have no other difficulty. And as you enter, you see the just kind of long stone corridor stretching out in front of you. And then you look up, and you see a pair of feet, and then legs, and then knees, and there's someone just kind of perched on top of the stone corridor, and this person has long white hair and this kind of black spiky tiara, and she looks down at you and she says, "So, you found your way into my labyrinth, haven't you?"
Well, hello there.
And you
Hi.
would, and you
Hi.
would recognize that this is in fact the Goblin King.
You're the caterer, right?
Of a sort. I do run everything here.
What are you doing Monday?
So, like that tiara that you're wearing, though, like, can one perhaps like trade for it, perhaps? Because I think it would look better on me. Frankly, you're very nice. I mean, but like, just picture with the
A little impertinent, perhaps, but
but it would
I
look
think
so
you
good.
all will be quite fun.
I think we can make that happen.
Since you're here already, could we just ask really nicely to get David Bowie back?
You can ask, but that's not how this works.
What if
No.
we asked really nicely?
Well, you're welcome to do that too, but
Yeah, someone hold me back.
as the worm starts to kind of like try to climb his way up the wall.
Scorch, I think Scorch. Well, Scorch and Zubu probably being the taller members of the party. I think Scorch would like pull off his hand and sort of like cup it around Blackstar. Just like create a hand cage.
My sworn enemy, a hand. Darn it.
And the Goblin King kind of looks at you and says, "Well,
You said hold you back, so I'm holding you back.
Yeah, keep doing it. But
Good job.
curse this cage and its vastness.
It's okay, Blackstar.
Oh, hi. I like your
She-
voice. That's amazing.
She kind of shakes her head at all of you and says, "Well, aren't you all just a bunch of rebels?" And then she like kind of just like foofs and appears like 20 feet down the wall and says, "You have 13 hours to solve my labyrinth, or the only person with who have any concept of David Bowie will be me. I'll see you at the castle." And
Why is
she
it 13
disappears.
hours?
I want that concept of David Bowie. It should be mine.
I mean,
I don't know what it is, but it should be mine.
It should be 12 hours. Kind of,
12.
maybe because it's unlucky number.
I don't know.
Not sure.
13 is such an
Anyway.
odd number.
Well, it's a 12-hour day with a 1-hour lunch break.
I like the sound of that.
Makes sense.
Zubu likes overtime.
Hell yeah, Zubu. Hell
I
yeah.
need somebody. We'll just go across. We'll take turns. Black Star, go ahead and roll me a d6 and let me know what you get to see where you head next in the labyrinth.
All right.
I would have taken my hand back and put it back on my hand.
3.
3. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So as you kind of start to make your way through the labyrinth's corridors, you make some turns. There's no real direction. You can't really tell where you need to be going. You're just kind of making turns where you feel like it's necessary and just trying to move towards the far off castle in the distance. And then you come across a flight of stairs that takes you kind of down beneath the labyrinth into a dank catacomb. Up ahead, you can hear the sound of water dripping into a pool. And the next kind of like turn in the corridor reveals a massive cistern with a vaulted roof supported by stone arches rising from the surface. Apart from the steady dripping, everything is silent, with the exception of a small figure in a rowboat floating in the center of the cistern. You can see there's a shaft kind of in the ceiling that's about 10 feet above the water. There's a little bit of light trickling down from there. And then at the bottom of the cistern, you see kind of a large wooden seal that seems to be holding the water in place. As you get
like
a little... Oh, sorry,
like
go ahead.
Is it like an animal seal or a...
No, like a drain seal.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question, though, because, you know, it's a labyrinth. You never know.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
As you kind of move forward, you can see a little bit better who is in the rowboat. And you see a Knight of Yore, who is in the rowboat with what appears to be a poodle. And she has this long lance, and she is very enthusiastically just stabbing the water. But you don't see anything that she's stabbing. She's just kind of, have at you! And she's just stabbing at the water. What do you do?
Are you fishing over there?
What? Hello?
Hi. Hello.
That's not how you make Jell-O, by the way.
Oh, no, there's a serpent. Serpent in the water. See right there? And you can see where she's pointing. But there's nothing there. But she's just like, have at you! And she returns to enthusiastically stabbing the water.
Now, hold on. Serpents are a near and dear cousin of my... maybe I can talk to this serpent of yours.
That may be permissible. I just... You know, it came after Dandelion, and that's unacceptable. And she kind of gestures to the poodle next to her.
Does anyone have any string that they might pull me over the water and I could dangle my tush to entice this serpent out of the water?
I mean, Basil's tail's super long. We could probably tie you to that.
Excellent. Let's do it.
Okay, so you tie the worm to Basil's tail.
Who, for the audience who does not know, Basil is a very fat black and white tegu, which is a big lizard. I guess we don't know what that is.
And Basil kind of like backs up to the edge of the water and like dangles the tail with Black Star on it.
Yeah, I'll wiggle my tush in the water, just kind of like flapping.
You don't see any serpent, but you see the knight's eyes kind of still following like a spot, but there's the water isn't disturbed. And then after a few minutes or a few seconds, she just kind of says, "Oh, there, try it now. Go ahead." Okay, we're gonna do our...
wiggle, 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 wiggle. I'm Scorch. Scorch is standing as far away from the water as possible, because I don't like it. But I'm singing to encourage Black Star's help get Black Star's groove going.
All right, but we're gonna do our first task. So Black Star, this is gonna be, let's say, a difficulty, we'll say 3, not because of any actual serpent presence, but because you're trying to convince Dame Margot, which is the knight's name.
What? There's no serpent?
That you're trying to convince Dame Margot that you are in fact talking to this non-existent serpent. So you're gonna roll, because you have help both from our generous donation and from Scorch. You're gonna roll 2 dice and take the higher, and you're trying to beat a 3.
Ooh, I got a 3 exactly.
Excellent. All right.
Or do I need to beat it?
Meet or beat. So 3 is good. You succeed. All right. So you wiggle appropriately, and after a few moments, the knight kind of seems to relax a little bit and says, "Ah, yes, I think it is tranquil. I appreciate it. Yes, well," and she very cautiously takes her paddle and starts kind of like rowing her way to the edge of the cistern and says, I appreciate the assistance. Thank you. Why are you all here? This is quite a motley crew.
They call us the Bowies.
Trying to get to the buffet, and something about saving David Bowie.
I don't know who that is, but a quest to rescue someone, that is quite noble. I approve. You are clearly honorable folks.
I know that David Bowie is a party animal, or at least I'm pretty sure. I mean, I hope so, because that's what we're here for, is partying and singing and dancing and stuff. But, yeah, I like parties.
Excellent. Well, I shall be on my way unless you have any need of my assistance. I am in your debt.
Well, you may, if you'd like, join my kingdom. It's
and what kingdom do you hail from, good sir?
It's a startup, really.
A startup.
I don't see any returns for the first 7 years, but
He's still looking for investors.
yeah.
As Black Star's talking, you see Margot, like, she's looking at them and she's nodding and she's not taking in a word that they're saying. Excellent. Well met. Well, I wish you all the luck on your endeavors, and come, Dandelion, and she'll kind of mount her poodle and chase off, leaving you in the cistern. So there's a shaft above you and a seal below you.
Star, that was so brave facing down that serpent. I couldn't see it, but I'm sure it was terrifying.
No, I mean, it's people think serpents are dangerous, but they're really just larger worms. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like, hey, uncle, how's it going?
I'll keep that in mind.
Especially if we meet any other kind of reptiles, we'll definitely make sure that you talk to every single last one of them.
Oh, just worms. We cap at the giant worms in the sand dunes on a far away place.
Okay, so nothing with fangs, the poisons, the
Oh,
venom.
you could have fangs. Just really arms and legs are kind of the thing. That's we don't have those, or we have them small like.
So you're not related to Basil?
No. Maybe distant cousin of some sort. Just very distant.
I mean, not unless Black Star is, I don't know, short for starfruit or something like that. I don't think they're related.
I don't think so.
She pats the hollow belly of the tenure. Anyway, are we going up or are we going down?
Is there more water down? Because I don't want to go down if there's more water. I don't do well with that.
But there's a plug. It looks like a toilet plug. You know, you just pull it and it will... That's what I'm thinking.
So the water will go away?
I think so. If someone is brave enough to dive in, maybe some poodle or something.
Well, the poodle just left.
Oh, man. Well, we're screwed.
Well, before we get rid of all the water, let's see if we can go up. Does anyone want to come in the boat with me?
I
I'll
will
come.
gladly ride upon thy head.
Great.
Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah. There, yeah.
Mr. Scrabbles, you stay here.
As you kind of row out into the cistern, remind me, so Black Star, Clove, and Linelia are in the boat? Okay. As you row out, you can kind of see, now looking up at the shaft, the walls look very slick. There don't look like there's a lot of like handholds or footholds, anything like that. You do see there is a bucket on a rope that's kind of swinging about 30 feet up. So there's like the water, there's about 10 feet to the ceiling, and then another 20 feet up the shaft. There's a bucket that's kind of attached to a windlass. I am not 100% sure what that is. I think it's part of a well. So like the part of a well that cranks the bucket. I think we're going to say that. It's canon now. It's attached to a well. Or it's like you're inside the well. It doesn't look super sturdy from what you can see, but it looks like it would take the weight of maybe a couple of smaller creatures.
Oh. I'm gonna, with my instant glue, I'm gonna glue my butt to Clove's head.
Clove, do you consent to this?
It's a good idea, trust me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, sure, let's do it. Why are we doing this?
I can reach the side of the wall and pull you up.
Are you that strong?
No offense, that sounds like a bad idea.
Am I that strong? Do you even lift?
No, I don't. I don't understand.
I do Monday and Thursdays.
Okay.
I think they can do it. I think we should try.
Is anyone in the boat good at listening and spotting? Is that anybody? Linelia. Okay, great. So as this discussion of glowing butts to heads is occurring, that's a sentence that I said. You also, kind of looking around, you do see a couple of pieces of debris kind of littered along the bottom of the cistern. You see, where is it? Okay, so along the bottom of the cistern, you do see a 12-foot jousting lance, a bird cage, and what looks to be a sodden book, just kind of littering the bottom of the cistern.
I'll point those out. Maybe we could use the lance to reach up and grab the bucket.
No one liked my butt idea.
I like the idea. I'm a little scared of the practicality.
Anna, you also have help on your next roll, courtesy
That's
of
fair.
Mr. Spookerson.
If your hair isn't
thank you.
strong
Donation.
enough. If your hair isn't strong enough, I guess the plan would fail.
Yep, that's the weak link. Mm-hmm.
Quickest way to scalp someone.
he puts his glue back in his ducky jacket.
Meanwhile, what are the folks on the shore doing at the moment?
I will walk around the perimeter as far as I can to see if there's any structural integrities, issues.
Yeah, so you can get about, there's a walkway that goes maybe like 10 feet around the perimeter before it kind of just becomes water. You don't see any structural difficulties, except from this angle you do kind of see, looking up the shaft, you can kind of see the bucket a little bit, but you can't really see the top of it. But no glaring structural issues that you can see.
I will basically, any place there's water, I will be standing on the other side of Zubu. And anytime Zubu moves, I just move with Zubu behind. You're big, and I know you'll protect me from the water. I don't like it.
I'll try my best. That's a lot of water, though.
It's okay, you got this, I believe in you.
Aw, thank
Zubu,
you.
what is your trait again? What's your talent?
He can control plants, and he's good at running and jumping.
Running and jumping. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a task. It wouldn't be, running and jumping wouldn't be helped, but it will be helped because you have help from a donation. Go ahead and roll me a difficulty 2 task.
That'd be a 4.
Great. Okay, so you, as you're kind of blocking Scorch's view of the water, you are, facing that direction, and you do see from kind of the opposite side of the cistern from where you're standing, a couple of vines. Nothing particularly, like, they're just kind of common ivy type of vines, but you do see a couple of vines kind of snaking up the back wall of the cistern.
Oh, I like vines. Would this be useful? What are we here? What are we doing here again?
I think we're trying to get out, right?
Oh, okay.
David
Yeah,
Bowie. That's why.
Who's David
And the
Bowie?
food.
Okay.
In his
So
time, he led armies.
I think I have a plan. If we get the lance, I can hold it like a ramp, and Black Star can climb up into the bucket, and then go up and see what's up there.
And I could pull you with me, with the lance in between us.
Okay, if you think
sure.
you can do that, sure.
Oh boy.
I'll go try to get it. Can you hold my shears, please?
Sure, I'll make sure they don't get wet.
Okay, great. I don't want them to get rusted because then they don't cut as well. Okay. So I will try to dive down to the lance.
Okay. Let's see. Diving down is going to be a difficulty 4. Do you have anything that would help, or you haven't used your help yet, have you?
Right. Yeah. I'm just gonna use my help. I don't have any
Perfect.
good skills.
Okay. Then difficulty 4. So you're trying to beat or match a 4.
And I'm gonna hop on Lady Linelia's head because I don't want to go into the water.
Okay.
I got a 3 and a 5.
Excellent. Okay, so you do succeed. So you, without too much difficulty, dive down, grab hold of the lance, and are able to move it up. You do, now that you're down there, see the other items that Linelia also saw. You do get the sense, because it does take you a little bit of time to kind of get down there and everything and come back up, that you could probably retrieve the other items as well, but it would probably take you some time. And time, as we know, is not something that is infinite in the labyrinth, so that is up to you. But you do have the lance, and you're able to bring it back to the boat.
Great. Yeah. Has anyone used one of these before?
I'm a knight. I can figure it out. It comes naturally.
All right, give it a try.
A bit bigger than my fork, but yeah.
Kind of about the fork.
I have a really long fork, yeah. Yeah, so I'll take the lance and I will kind of hold up. Can I reach the bucket from where I am with the lance?
Math. I would say let's see. So it's 30 feet up. So I would say probably not. But I would say that if you manage to get Zubu into the boat, and Zubu was holding the lance, you could probably reach it.
Oh,
Okay.
Because Zubu is very tall.
oh,
Is it?
even better. What if I gave you my arm, and then you could hold my arm, and my arm was holding the lance? Would that be enough?
I would say yes, that would absolutely be enough.
Are you saying you'd like to give a hand?
And an arm.
Yes. I mean, I would like I'm not giving it. I'm letting you borrow it, and then I would like it back. Honestly, that's important too. With Scorch, one of the things you'll notice is that they have 4 fingers. Well, one hand has 4 fingers, the other hand has 3 fingers.
Which hand are they giving to Lady Linelia? The 4 fingers.
The one with
and
4
3?
fingers.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay. I don't really need all 4 fingers, but it's, there's helpful.
Well, you have my word. You'll get it back.
Thank you.
Okay, so you row back over, collect the hand, row back out to the center of the boat, and with the additional help, you are able to hold the lance up high enough that it kind of tinks against the edge of the bucket.
It's a really long arm.
There you go, Black
Yeah.
Star.
Excellent. Away! And he'll start.
All right, so after a couple minutes, Black Star manages to make it up to the bucket, and you can see the shaft kind of ends about like 5 or 6 feet above where you're at. There's a rope that leads up to like a well thing, and you do see like daylight, and you see just like kind of barely, but you can see the stone walls kind of poking out across the top. So this is an exit back into the labyrinth.
Hey, what am I doing up here again?
Can you get us up? Can you help us? Can you lower the bucket?
Yeah, try that.
Yes. And he'll, using his mouth to suction onto the side of the bucket, just go, and then just like, as he slowly climbs up, leaving a trail of saliva on the bucket until hopefully he can get to the top.
Yeah, so you managed to make your way without too much difficulty to kind of the little like winch thing that would lower the bucket.
Excellent.
The entire worm body.
Yep.
Yeah, like it just goes. Woo!
Blackstar, what is your talent?
I am brave and I have endurance.
Endurance. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make me a task with help because of your endurance, because you're gonna keep going until you get it. We'll say this is difficulty 2 because it is.
Got a 6.
Hey! Excellent. Okay. So with surprising speed, the bucket, you see Blackstar kind of vanish out of sight, and then you hear them making a couple of grunting noises, and then the bucket descends pretty easily, and you have a bucket that is now roped to the top.
I feel like just like it starts off good and then he just starts spinning along with it, going like,
Wow, Black Star, is it leg day today? Oh no, I mean it must be tail day.
Whole body day.
I skipped those days, so that's my bad. That's why my tail is so like, I don't know. It's not where I want it to be. I'm hoping to make it more thick with some training, but I'm really top heavy.
You'll get there.
Thank you, Zubu. I really needed that.
All right.
When you
so
get
are
back
y'all-
up here, we're gonna hug.
Are y'all climbing up the rope?
Yeah, we'll shuttle the boat back and forth and
Yeah.
bring everyone across.
Okay.
Scorch, I know it's really scary to go on the boat, but it just don't fall in the water.
Okay. I like sort of bring all of my limbs in and sort of make myself as small as I possibly can on the boat. Sort of roll it up. Although my arm is, I believe, still holding onto the javelin.
Yeah.
Oh, we can give it back. You can have it back.
I mean, I can hold on to the arm, but I can hold on to the javelin if that's okay. Like if nobody else really wants it, I'll just like keep it.
It's always
That's
good to
okay.
have a pokey stick.
Right?
It's true.
It's a very good pokey stick, but so I mean y'all don't. I'm just gonna keep it.
Okay.
Everybody.
Scourge, go
Okay.
ahead and add a 12-foot lance to your items.
Shit.
I get stuck in so many doorways.
Yeah.
So many doorways.
Zubu,
Mm-hmm.
when you start to climb the rope, you get a sense very quickly that there is a good chance it is not going to support your weight by itself.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Zubu.
What would you like to do?
Zubu's gonna try to use his control plants to creep the vine over.
Okay.
And maybe use the vine and the rope.
What does your control plant look like?
He concentrates really hard. He closes his eyes and he starts grunting. And then the vine kind of starts creeping over. And then I kind of imagine it blossoming a little bit too as it starts growing.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So those of you who are still down in the well, you see Zubu concentrating really hard. And the vine kind of start moving and wrapping around him and wrapping around the rope. And it does feel sturdy now. It feels very reinforced and you're able to climb up with no concern at all.
You bring Mr. Scrabbles up too. He can't climb the rope.
Easy
Okay.
enough. You could football carry Mr. Scrabbles and make your way up, no problem.
Yeah, Zubu's up there, like reaching out his little hand, like, "Give me your hand, Zubu! Come on!"
Oh, thank you, Blackstar.
You're welcome. Could you pick one of those flowers for me?
My hands are full,
This is important. Stop being selfish, Zubu.
but I'll fall.
Oh, it's okay.
hand.
I can get it for you, Blackstar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just hand off, crawls down, grabs a flower, scuttles down.
Okay.
Zubu, you're just the coolest. You don't need any tools or anything. You just talk to him. It's so cool. I love it.
All right, I have a really important question. Can you make the vines and the green stuff grow fruit?
I've never tried that before.
Or
At least
steak.
I don't think I have.
Steak's also applicable. But we'll have to put a pin on it for later when we're starving from this awful labyrinth.
Scourge, go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. So as you're all kind of climbing out of this well, you see yourself. You return to these stone corridors that are starting to look very familiar. Not in the sense that this is one you've been in before, but just that there's, they all kind of look the same. But there's something different about this particular passage as you pop out of the well. This passage is littered with fuses, kegs of gunpowder, sticks of dynamite, and you see a crew of 5 goblins that are kind of scurrying about, tossing explosives to each other, attaching them to the walls, attaching them to the floor, running around with torches. And they all just kind of seem to be shouting orders at each other, but nobody really seems to be in charge. It's a lot of like, "You there, set the dynamite," and the other one says, yes, you there, make sure that the fuses are prepped, and and they're all just kind of yelling and running around. It does not look safe. It does not look, OSHA certified in any way. And
It looks like my kind of party.
yeah, and that is what it looks like. There is also a pile of unused explosives kind of in one corner that they seem to be running back and forth to. And then on the other side, you see kind of the continuation of the labyrinth in the direction that you'd like to go.
Bun kind of scuttles over with Basil towards Scorch. And Bun, being very top heavy, and kind of undulates, and is like,
So, how about you motivate them to make a bit of an explosion? And then we could have almost a whole path straight to the buffet.
A buffet, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I can do that.
And the David Bowie. Yeah.
Motivate. I can do that. I think. I don't know.
The moves and
The moves
this
and
little white pug just wiggles.
We're not merely just going to wage war upon them.
Are we
Why
gonna?
we don't have to wage war. They'll wage war with themselves.
You were
You
wise.
do get the
You'll be my
sense
counsel.
that there's a chance if this explosion goes off that the passageway will be blocked if you are still on this side of it.
Oh, okay. So we can't use it to open up another opening. Damn.
Oh,
Because that was definitely what I was hoping to do. I mean, I could just like light it myself.
I mean, you could
theoretically,
you could set off an explosion and see what happens, but there's a chance that it would impede your progress if it goes off before you get to the other side.
I mean, I don't even. I could sing and dance and talk to them, but also I could just like I light up one of my fingers, and then I light up two of my fingers, and then I light up. And then I go. Is there like explosive stuff near us that isn't part of the big pile?
There's a few, like, so there's this big pile, and then they're kind of like running to the pile, grabbing one and like chucking it off in a corner, like sticking it to the wall, or so there's a few scattered ones that have already been placed that are closer to you. And then there's the pile, and then there's kind of like the rest of the demolition situation.
I don't think my fire can go that far.
not
It'd
with
be
that
useful.
artifact.
If we get some of this stuff, we could save it for later.
Then we can blow a path to the buffet.
I like the
Need
way.
someone sneaky. I'm not very sneaky. I'm too big.
Neither am I. I am also too big.
Yes, you're very big.
I could try to get some, but I just want to make sure they aren't gonna like blow up when I touch them or something. That would be very bad.
Only if you shake rigorously. Don't do that.
Don't shake.
Yeah.
Calm.
You could shake it, just not
Roll.
rigorously.
Roll step. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna try, guys. And I would like to try to sneak up to the pile and carry a small armful of explosives back.
Okay. How many explosives are you taking?
I
I would say
I
you
think-
can carry up to 4, but it's harder the more you carry.
I'm gonna go for 3.
3. Okay. That's gonna be a difficulty of 5.
Mhm.
So go ahead
and
and roll that if you have
I
any
am-
trait that would help you.
I'm good at sneaking and hiding.
Excellent. Okay, so you roll 2 dice and you want one of them to be at least a 5.
A 5.
Excellent. Okay. So Clove kind of like pads forward, grabs a few, like a bundle of firework explosives in her arms and makes her way back. Has anyone, just out of curiosity, would anyone have any knowledge of explosives in the party?
I mean, I know how to set things on fire.
Okay.
I'm
I would say
overconfident.
I would say that's close enough. So Clove comes back with these kind of firearms, these explosives, and let me roll real quick to see what you got.
Explosions and fire are the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
The
Totally.
bigger fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have, and Scorch would be able to take a look at these, and then they would tell you, like, oh, you got this. You have one boomer, which is kind of a big mushroom cloud of green powder that will just coat everything in the area. You have a thumper, which shakes the ground and potentially knocks over everyone. There's a test associated with whether or not you fall over. And you have a sparker, which just shoots sparks everywhere and lights everything flammable in the area on fire. So you have one of each of those. You can add those to your items, Clove.
Beautiful.
Wow, Clove, you're so impressive. I could never sneak past them like you did.
That was really good.
Yeah, I just now I don't know what to do with them. So okay. So
Don't
do we?
shake 'em.
I mean, if you
No,
need somebody to take them off your hands, I could. The sparker looks kind of fun. If you want it, I could take it from you. I could I could take care of it. Make sure nothing happens to it. If you
tie 'em to
want.
the
I'm not
lance
saying
and
you
then-
have to, but it would be. I'm just saying if you need to get rid of it, I would be willing to take that off your hands.
I'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
So what do we want to distract these guys? Do we want to attack them? Do we want to
Scare them away with a ferocious, scary run at them, or squirm at them. If you guys can all squirm, I think we could do this.
We could also tell them to move all of the explosive faster because they're going real slow. They're not moving them fast enough, and we need that path cleared.
That's true.
We could just ask them if we can go by.
Why is no one
That's
jumping
so
on the
crazy,
squirming
it might
train?
work.
As you're talking, you do get the sense that the goblins are starting to slow down, as Scorch noted, because most of their explosives have now been placed in what seems to be the correct position. So whatever their plan is, they're getting close to completing.
So the correct position being sort of scattered all over this room?
Yeah, the pile is pretty much depleted at this point, and the fireworks are kind of everywhere, and they do seem to be like going and grabbing those torches.
Okay.
And do we charge through, or do we try and stop them?
I mean, it's not our maze. If they want to blow stuff up, I say let them have their party.
Right, but
Look,
we need to be on the other side of the wall.
Lady Linelia, can you place me upon your head?
Of course. And I will get up on Mr. Scrabble's, place Black Star up in between my ears.
3 weeks from now, I will be harvesting my crops. Imagine where you will be, and it will be so. Hold the line. Stay with me. If you find yourself alone, riding in the green fields with the sun on your face, do not be troubled, for you're just outside of the labyrinth, and you're already out. Now,
Sit up. I sit up a little straighter and have my really long fork out.
charge!
With those inspiring words from Black Star the Worm, is anyone not charging forward? Okay.
Oh no, I'm gonna be following insert.
Okay, so you charge through.
Oh yeah.
The goblins do seem very taken aback. There's a little bit of a pause before they can react. And they do, however, then their immediate reaction is to start blowing things up. So I need everyone to let's see, where is it? Make a check. If you are speedy or anything that might help you kind of dodge or run fast, or if you still have not used your help from the previous donation, you can roll 2 dice. The difficulty on this is going to be a 4.
Oh no. Oh no.
I rolled
Got it.
6.
I got a 5. I also used my help dice.
I used my help as well.
I did as well, which is good because I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Okay, so it looks like the 2 people that failed are Black Star and Clove.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it failure, just a way to move forward.
Yeah.
Black Star was on my head though, so
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Falls off.
I would say that's fine because you were
Yes!
on top of Lady Linelia. That's fine. Clove, you are still kind of like clutching a couple of fireworks, so I think you're probably running a little slower because you're trying to keep those from going off as you're running.
Roll step.
So you do all manage to make it through to the other side before the explosion goes off. Clove, you get caught in a little bit of the backlash as things go off. So for the next couple of minutes, you are slightly singed. You're coughing a little bit, and you are in fact covered in green powder from one of the boomers that went off.
Oh, was it mine or is
No,
mine
yours are still your
okay.
3 are still fine.
Great.
But you kind of caught the tail end of one of the other boomers that went off.
no.
Oh my God, Lady
So you will have a
Linelia.
harder time being sneaky in the next scene. Because you are coughing and green.
Mm-hmm.
Green's such a good color for you, Clove.
I mean,
Yeah, but this is like a poisonous green, not like a growing green. Ugh, gross.
Lady Bun, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
it's not easy being green.
It's
Star, were
really
you saying
not.
something?
Okay.
Yes, can you place me on Clove's cheek?
Absolutely.
Hey.
You're gonna make it through, okay? I'm
Okay.
sad that this is your end, but know that I'll remember you.
My end? Am I dying?
Yes, you are.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Clove's dying?
Scorch, take my fireworks. I want
Okay,
you to have them.
thank you. I will treasure them for always and always. Clove, I barely knew you.
It's
We'll
okay.
build a statuette in your honor made of meatloaf.
Oh.
That makes sense. Yes. I'll
At the
name my
buffet that
search
we're
for.
going to.
We're just going to Olive Garden.
Oh yeah. I call dibs on the bread. No one else.
Oh, the bread.
And I'll just stay on Clove's cheek if they're okay with it. Just patting the cheek like I'm sorry you're going to die, and
Oh, thank you for comforting me.
it'll get better.
If I die,
I have the boomer, the sparker, and the thumper now.
yes.
As your as you're consoling Clove, you start to kind of make your way forward, and then you hear a chuckling noise, courtesy of our friend Graham. You hear a chuckling noise, and looking up, you see the Goblin King once again. Oh, you all also have help on your next roll, courtesy of Medley Rose.
Thank you.
But you
thank
see the Goblin King standing again on top of the labyrinth, and
Take out the big 12-foot lion off my back.
well,
Julian!
you all have acquired some exciting new, well, I don't know if I'd call them skills, but that is quite a lovely color on you. And she kind of nods at Clove.
Oh, try to be respectful. Clove is dying. Won't make it.
Oh, that is quite a pity. I'm very sorry to hear that. But
Thank you.
Now it has to be a funerary buffet, which is like sad food.
Scorch, you go to
Bad food
poker.
is still good food.
you go to poker and with the lance, and she just kind of like teleports like a couple feet away. And she no. Well, I mean, you are making fairly good time, honestly, but well, the labyrinth, sometimes it zigs when it means to zag, and sometimes it zags when it means to zig, and sometimes it's just Ziggy Stardust all the way down. And then she disappears again.
Dare you use his words?
Blasphemy!
I don't know why we have to go to the castle when she spends all of her time here in the labyrinth.
I know. Well, but I tried poking her, but she kept disappearing. It was very unfortunate.
Yes, I did
You'll get
come
her
up
next
with
time.
David Bowie puns specifically for
Proud
this
of you.
moment.
I'm just crying on Clove's cheek, like.
We also just hit our fundraising goal.
Hey!
Oh yeah!
Yay!
Yo, it's been like an hour.
I really, really, really want to zigga.
Unfortunately, the donation that made it to the goal was a hinder for Zubu.
No!
Courtesy
take
of
it.
Viewroth, you are hindered in your next roll.
Okay.
Cool. Well, when we go on break, I will update the goal because that's a thing apparently. All right. Oh, I lost my place. Where were we?
I don't know. Somebody rolled something.
Okay,
Goblin
here we go.
King.
Yes. As the Goblin King disappears once again, and you kind of continue down the pathway, you see a weird, like, combination of structures ahead of you, and there's a cheerful buzz that kind of fills the air. There are these high-pitched voices humming and chatting. The passage ahead is blocked by a dense miniature city growing out of the walls. There are dozens of tiny bridges spanning the divide, creating an impossible tangle, and as you approach, everything goes silent, and you see several hundred brightly colored worms just kind of in place. And initially, one of the worms kind of like, not really steps forward, but steps out onto one of the little bridges and goes, "I'm very sorry, you can't pass here. It's not acceptable. This is not a place that you can pass. You're gonna have to turn back." And then, where is Blackstar right now?
Crying on Clove's cheek.
Okay. And then spots Blackstar and says, "Oh, I see. Change of plans, everyone. Change of plans. You go on right ahead. The castle's this way. Much obliged. Welcome all. Don't mind us. Go ahead. Carry on."
Clove, might you know these words?
No, but maybe you're famous.
No.
I thought this was your kingdom. Is this not your kingdom?
Or your extended family.
Oh, heck yeah, maybe it is. Dear citizen of the Black Star Kingdom, before you stands and squirms the Knights of the Bowie table. It's a work in progress.
That one's the best one yet, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you. Excellent. This accent is all over the place. We're gonna ignore that. Go on right through. Enjoy your trip. If there's anything that we can help you with, let us know. But we won't bother you. And you see this kind of like teeny little like drawbridge that's when like you have a bridge that a ship can go under, and it just kind of like does this. There's a little bitty one that just kind of goes. Whoop.
I'm glad they did that. We would never have been able to pass. Might we have some hors d'oeuvres for my fellow knights?
Hors d'oeuvres, yeah, we can handle that. Absolutely, we can do that. And they bring out like little pieces of bread and fruits and that kind of thing, but they're all about this big. Like
Excellent.
they're
Get the best chairs and tables.
Yeah.
We can have a little picnic out here. Everyone, sit down, please. My kingdom welcomes you. Try the fruit parfait. It's amazing.
So they do serve you a very nice spot of tea. I would say that if you would like to stay for the full tea service, you will lose an hour. But you're welcome to do that if you would like. Otherwise, they are happy to throw some miniature food at you and carry on. Without
Come on,
that.
guys.
Out of House and Kingdom.
Yeah, stay for the tea. We worked really hard on it.
But are you sure they have enough resources to satiate me and Basil?
I don't think there is a person in the labyrinth who can satisfy you.
Oh, man,
He'll
after
never
my
be
own heart.
satisfied. She'll never be satisfied.
And
But I'll
maybe
try.
We should just
Lady
get
Bun.
some takeout and then
Ooh.
move on. I don't want to destroy the economy.
I don't think we have that.
I do worry that if we eat, and Mr. Scrabbles eats a lot, if we eat, they're not going to have any food left.
No offense, Blackstar. Basil likes worms. You know.
She
Me
kinda,
too.
like, waves,
I really like worms as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I just imagine, like, a white paw just kind of just goes over this very large reptilian mouth that's opening towards you and closes it.
It wants to lick me. Go ahead.
Oh,
She
It's
wants
like
to,
a hug, but on the inside.
with stomach acid.
I mean,
so
if
are
you
y'all
guys-
staying for the tea, or are you moving on through the
If you guys
worm
don't want
colony?
to stay and have tea with me, I guess. That's cool.
You think we should stay then? I don't know. I don't know the customs of worms.
Oh, it's very customary for you to stay for tea.
I like tea. As long as it's scorching hot.
I don't get it.
It's because my name is Scorch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thoughts connecting. I get it now.
And they have the fire so hot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
With the fingers in the hat.
Okay,
I don't
so
want
you
to
do-
offend them. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do sit down, and they'll bring you tiny teacups and small morsels. It is not really enough to satiate anybody but Black Star, but it is delicious, and it is a nice moment. And you do get the sense that any worms you come across will probably have heard of your worm etiquette and your acceptance of their hospitality, and will probably treat you as such. But you do lose an hour.
I during this time, I'm going to any hors d'oeuvres that I really like. I'm going to personally climb upon Lady Bun, and just kind of be like, here, try the fruit parfait.
Meanwhile, Clove, can you roll me a d6, please?
As we're leaving, I'm going to apologize profusely for the tiny plates that Mr. Scrabbles ate accidentally.
It's no worries. It's no worries. It's fine. We've got plenty. Six.
Bun will apologize for any worms that went missing.
I will say, in order to sit down, Scorch would have taken off their head and attached their hands to their head so that they could be at least appropriately sized, and the body's just kind of hanging out during the tea service. So it's more like this.
Zubu pretends to drink tea because he's lost track of where the teacup is, but he doesn't want to be impolite, so he's just pretending.
You don't deserve Zubu. He's too pure.
I know, right?
Zubu so much.
So as you complete your tea service, you do say goodbye to the worms who give you the proper directions and wave you on your way. And you kind of continue your trek through, having reacquired all of your body parts, of course. And you come to a wall, like it seems like a dead end, but there's a door, like a very ornate door, in the wall, and there are two strange guards that are barring the way through this door. Each guard holds a shield in front of them, with one head protruding from above and one head protruding below. "Answer our riddle, traveler," one says. "If you answer rightly, the door will lead to the castle at the center of the labyrinth. If not, it leads to certain death."
Ooh, certain death. Ooh, certain death. Certain death. Certain. No, we're not listeners. I'm not actually. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
So they kind of look at you expectantly. Would you like to hear it?
Only if you tell me which one leads to the buffet.
Well, I assume that would be the castle. I don't think certain death has a buffet. So I would assume the castle is the way you want to go for that. We do, because you were, we've got word that you are friends with our good friend Loma. That,
Loma. Yeah.
That, we can give you a clue if you'd like, once you hear the riddle. But, would you like to, we worked real hard on it. Would you like to hear it? Excellent. All right. And you see them kind of like, well, they can't really stiffen up because they're just attached to a shield, but they like, do one of those. A father's child, a mother's child, yet no one's son.
An amoeba?
It could be a daughter.
Do either of those get said out loud?
Just kind of whispering, to everyone.
Zubu, you are wise. What do you say?
Zubu has forgotten the question already.
There's the answer.
Big brain.
Sorry.
I think that's the answer.
Can we get a clarification on that? Just one clarification.
Of course.
By clarification, I mean re-saying the whole thing again so that Zubu can remember.
Oh, yes, I suppose that's acceptable. A father's child, a mother's child, yet no one's son.
Is it a daughter?
That's what Lady Linelia said, I think.
Sounds
Just a
right
guess.
to me.
Yeah, it sounds like me, so I was thinking daughter.
Yes, Lady Anelia. Wise. Beyond your years, speak forth.
I will turn around and say, a daughter?
There's a deep pause for a moment, and then, oh, very good, excellent. And the doors kind of creak open.
You're so smart!
You will be known as Lady Linelia the Wisest.
Oh, that's not necessary. No.
If we don't die going through the door.
And then Lady Linelia, could you roll me a d6, please?
Wow, we didn't even need the hint that time.
A 1.
I know, right?
That's great.
It's because Lady Linelia and Zuba are so smart.
I just dropped my dice.
Subu!
Okay. What'd you get?
A 1.
A 1. Okay. Great. Okay. So you move through the door. Nothing happens, and you kind of continue through. The stone, you notice, is getting a little bit less weathered. Like you're getting to an area that's kind of taken care of a little bit more in general, passed through a little more often. You feel like you're getting kind of more in the inhabited portions of the labyrinth and less in the kind of outer reaches. And you come across a ramshackle stone building that juts out into the middle of a corridor with a wooden sign that proudly reads, "Barclay's Poisons, a toxic tincture for every trouble." Near the bottom, there is a note that has been added, "Free sprayer with every purchase. Ask about our daily special." And then on the other side of kind of where like the corridor would continue to move forward, there is a trio of goblins that's kind of lounging around blocking that exit. Each of them is holding a sprayer. And then on your right-hand side is the door to the shop.
Poisons are not very honorable.
It's a sprayer.
They're holding, it looks kind of like, almost like a perfume, but like there's a kind of a like area where the poison is held, and then there's a little like and then it sprays.
Oh, it sprays the poison.
Yeah.
The poison for the thing the poison that needs to get sprayed. It sprays it.
It's ghost poison.
The poison for Cusco.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, correct.
If they sell poisons, they might have antidotes, and then, we could save Clove.
That's right. Clove, you're gonna live!
Oh my gosh, that's so great. I mean, they do say a poison for like everything, so maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Clove, do you mind covering your ears real quick?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, don't give them false hope. All right, let's simmer down here, okay?
Right, but if
Get
we
real.
give them false hope, then they might live longer.
Oh, that's fair.
Hope is very important.
I'll like.
Can you
slap
eat
Clove's-
hope?
I
Clove,
wish you could.
your life is going to be an enchanting adventure that never ends. Starting today.
Okay, that'll be a change.
Okay.
I will head into the shop.
All right. You do notice that you are starting to get slightly less green, and you have stopped coughing.
Great.
Feeling better
It's
already.
starting. Oh no.
As you enter the shop, you see a dwarf, who you assume to be Barclay of Barclay's Poisons, who is sitting on a stool behind the counter, and he's got something in Immortal and Pestle, and he's just kind of grinding away. And he looks up and he says, well, first without looking up, he says, "Are you back to steal more of my things?" And then he looks up and goes, "Oh, you're not the thieves.
Hello,
thought
I'm
perhaps you were
Clove.
those dreadful goblin thieves. They stole a bunch of my inventory."
I was gonna say I have never stolen anything from you in my life.
Excellent, I like you already. How can I assist you today? And you see as he kind of like waves a hand around his shop, that there are shelves kind of placed throughout with a bunch of glass bottles with contents of varying colors and viscosities, etc. There's a little kind of illustration on the front of each that kind of explains or kind of alludes to what they do. And he says, "Can I interest you in, well, anything? I'm happy to explain what any of these are. Our special for the day is the Gullibility Poison. You hit someone with that and they become highly suggestible. You can convince them of pretty much anything. But we have several others as well. Well, pick your poison, as it were."
Our friend's dying and she needs a cure, but I'll trade you that poison for this mysterious, very rare ink.
Bun procures their item. Kind of just like it's like the little paws like push it onto the counter, but then like snatch it back if they reach for it.
But it is very rare and very, very dark.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's... I forget what voice I was just doing. Let me handle this real quick, and then we'll deal with your dying friend. I'm very sorry to hear that. Let's see what we can do for you. But, all right, let me see this ink, please.
It's very rare. You know, it took me a long time to get this.
He'll like kind of open it and do like a little waft, and kind of like pull out the dropper to see like how it drips. He'll like do a little bit on his thumb and just. Oh yes, this is excellent stuff. I can work with this. Always good to have some dye around, different colors, that kind of thing. People tend to take poisons more seriously when they're, darker. It's something about color theory, I don't know. But yes, you could pick out any poison you'd like for this. Is there anything else particular you were looking for? Were you interested in our daily special, perhaps?
What's the special?
Oh, the special is the gullible poison. Makes people more likely to listen to you. Do a sample of that for free, but if you'd like to do a whole bottle of it, I could trade it for this here.
Like a sample? Sure, I believe in it.
All right. So he will give you a sample of the gullible poison. It gives you 1 spray. Oh, are you? Oh, you're taking it. Okay. Cool. So,
Oh no.
Oh dear.
So he like spritzes a little bit of it in your mouth. And people are just super trustworthy. Like, why would anyone ever lie to you about anything? Obviously, if someone tells you something, they're telling you the truth, and that will last for about an hour.
Yes.
Perfect.
Does it taste like strawberry or banana? Maybe pina colada.
I would say it tastes like, banana. We'll go with banana.
Heck yeah.
Meanwhile, Lady Bun, the Barkley will kind of show you around the rest of the poisons. He'll say, "Oh, this one, black treacle, we call this one. It makes your joints a little difficult to move. It slows you right down. Also great for fairies, little pests. This one, triple Z is what we call this one. It'll knock you straight out. You'll be sleeping for quite some time. It doesn't work so well on larger creatures, but anybody smaller just knocks them right out for about an hour. This Nash one, you spray somebody with that, they'll just attack anything they see for about that hour. This one here, this kind of bluish one, you spray someone with that and they're just scared of everything. You can intimidate them as much as you want. And then this one, Minimuck, we call this one. This one, you spray somebody with it and they shrink down to about mouse-sized. About an hour. Very useful, this one.
What would happen if we used that one on Blackstar?
You
Would
have
I
a
shrink
very
down
tiny
to a
worm.
mouse?
The Blackstar's
How
already
effective are your wares on dark tiara-wearing dictators?
who are also like strangely attractive.
I agree.
Oh. Well,
I think we're, yeah.
for plausible deniability reasons, I don't want to specify anything of that sort, but theoretically, my poisons would work on anybody.
Bun kind of like she has dark eyes, but like they get bigger, and then she kind of goes back over to the group and she goes,
Okay, we either get the gullible one, and then we just tell him that we need to get Bowie back, and then she'll believe us, or we shrink it down to Black Star's size, they get married, rule a kingdom together elsewhere.
Yes, that option. I vote.
No, poisons don't seem very honorable. We should We should face somebody head on.
I also, this is a hard choice here. I would like to face head on, but also maybe take out on a date and see where it goes.
I mean, it's honorable to present Black Star with a chance, right?
I'm conflicted. This is hard.
I don't know.
it's hard because I'm all supposed to be honorable and you're totally legit for saying that. But fun.
While this moral crisis is going on, Barkley will head over to Clove. And they'll give you all a moment to decide where your morals are gonna lie. And just kind of look at Clove and say, so what seems to be the trouble with you?
Well, I see we were running through some explosives and there were goblins and I don't know, I got all green and then I felt terrible and Black Star told me I was gonna die, so I might be dying.
I see.
Clove was coughing a lot.
I see. Stick out your tongue.
Blah.
Cough.
But I don't have to cough anymore.
Cough. Mm-hmm. And he'll kind of like do like you won't move, like don't have to move. He'll like walk around you. He'll kind of like peer behind your ears and like look at one of your ankles and kind of like hold up one of your fingers and examine it for a minute and go, I see. Yes. Well.
Am I dying? How fast?
1 moment. And he'll like kind of walk away. And then
I only have 1 moment. I'm dying now. Goodbye, everyone.
He'll come back with a
Oh, I love you.
Like sit down.
He'll come back with like a vial full of clear liquid and hand it to you and go, here, drink this.
Do I anything for this?
Oh no, it's just drink it. It's fine.
I was gonna say you can have my 12-foot spear if you can make Clove better.
Well, let's
it's
try.
my most treasured possession.
If I still die, then you can keep it. So I'll try.
Okay.
I will drink my clear liquid.
So you drink it, and it doesn't really have a taste. There's not really any, like, it just goes down easily. And then he kind of looks at you and goes, yeah, you're fine, but, you know, hydration's important. And he, like, walks away.
On that note, everyone should hydrate.
Yes, if you are not hydrating, you should hydrate. As I drink my caffeinated beverage.
Thank you for saving me.
You're welcome. Now,
Thank you for saving Clove. You have my lance forever now. I mean, well, until I want it back. I'll take it back.
Yeah, I mean, you can hang on to it if you want, but if you want to leave it here for a bit, I'm happy to hang on to it for you either way.
No, I'm okay. I actually kind of like it. It's like, it makes me feel powerful and stuff to have it on my back.
Makes sense. Sounds good. All right. You lot over there. Have you decided what you want?
Have we gone through the moral quandaries of whether or not a shrinking potion is honorable?
Yeah, I think as long as we tell her that we're shrinking her and give her the option to yes or no, it's honorable.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Consent is important.
Yeah, I guess that sounds okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
There we go.
And then to get her to say yes, we'll challenge her that she couldn't defeat us in honorable battle unless she's our size. Specifically more Black Star size.
It might be an unfair advantage for her, but I understand.
Okay, so you're able to trade your what was it, ink or like boot
Ink,
polish
yeah.
or something? Ink. Okay.
Yeah, with some sort of like black
Yeah.
inkish stuff.
You're able to trade that for a potion of Minimuck, which you have access to. You can use it once. It will last for one scene or about an hour.
Okay.
And then he says, "Well, if you don't have anything else, I wish you on your way. Although, good luck getting through those hooligans outside. They've each got one of my poisons, so."
Do you know which ones they stole?
Oh, why, yes. They've got, one of them's got that black treacle, the one that makes it hard to move, slows you down. Two of them have that one. And one of them's got that gullible, the one that makes you, easy to convince. So, if you can run them off, I'd be more than grateful.
Thanks
All
for the
right.
heads up.
Shall we charge?
I mean, I've got the boomer and the sparker and the thumper. Maybe I could light them and we could throw it at him. I don't know. Which one?
All right, I say
That
we
might scare
line
him off.
up. Yeah.
It also might kill them. I mean, considering one almost killed Clove.
I know, that's true.
True.
It's fine.
Which one?
Which firework are you throwing?
Everybody say I don't know, I'm not the leader. For Boomer. I don't remember what they do.
As a reminder,
for
Boomer is
Boomer.
the one that makes a big noise and turns everything green. Thumper knocks everybody over, and Sparker sets everything on fire.
I personally like Sparker, but I could be persuaded to light one of the other ones.
If we're trying to scare them off, Boomer might work. Big noise.
I vote
Let's
for
do it.
Boomer, but I also vote for hiding in the shop.
I think we merge the ideas. Kind of strap the boomer thing onto my back and we all charge forward with it lit up.
But wouldn't that hurt you though, Black Star?
No,
That might kill you.
I'm nigh indestructible.
Oh. Well, that's useful.
Okay, so Boomer it is. So are you gonna I mean,
We're all gonna charge.
we're all going to charge. I mean, here's the thing, Clove. We did just heal Clove after she almost died from one of these. So Clove, if you
I'll just charge slower.
okay,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll also
cool.
charge slower. Basil doesn't look good in green.
All right.
Okay, so who is in the front and who is in the rear vanguard?
Zoom will be in the
Front.
front as well.
I'll be in the front since I'm the one lighting it.
Okay, so Black Star and Scorch in the front, Zubu in the front?
Front.
Okay, and then Linelia, Clove, and Bun in the back. Great, okay. Let's do this. Black Star and Scorch, I'm gonna have each of you make a task. Black Star to make it up to the goblins before they're able to notice you, and Scorch to light the firework at the appropriate time.
Okie dokie.
That's gonna be, let's see, we'll say a difficulty 4 for Black Star and a 3 for Scorch.
And we all still have an additional help, right?
Yeah, if you haven't used it yet, you do have a help.
Because we had one, and I used one, and then somebody else donated another one.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, I've used one, but I think I have.
Yeah, Black Star's looking out at everyone. A day may come when the courage of man fails. When we forsake our friends
Oh my
and break
God.
all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. Charge! And he did not pass.
Oh no. Okay.
Neither did Scorch.
Oh no.
Better now.
So you
Scorch has failed.
We're good at
Okay.
this.
So you have this really excellent speech, very evocative, very inspiring, very Lord of the Rings. And then
I don't know what you were talking about.
Whoa, Black Star wrote that, okay? This is the Lord of the Rings thing.
And then you start to charge forward, and Black Star, in their excitement, just kind of like, and not used to having a firework strapped to them, just kind of tips over, and Scorch takes their cue and goes, "Oh, okay," and lights it. While
Scorch
still,
got really excited to light things on fire.
right,
Yeah.
while still in full view and range of everyone else in the party. So, I will say there is a very loud noise, and the goblins do scatter. They go, "Oh, something's coming! Hurry, run!" And they kind of like all take off in different directions. However, all of you are green. All of you are coughing, and will not be able to be very sneaky in the next scene. And you're all
God,
just
we're all gonna
slightly
die.
singed.
Every time I cough, the fingers light up for a second.
You do,
Okay.
however, now know, thanks to Barkley, that this is not deadly or fatal, although you should probably all hydrate. Might help with the coughing.
Yeah. I imagine Black Star like tripping is just like Shark Tales where the seahorse trips. You know, like he doesn't have any legs. How did he trip? It's like,
Okay, Zubu, go ahead and roll me a d6, just so we know where we're going next.
Sure, that's gonna be a 5.
5, okay. And then we are going to go ahead and take a break because we are about halfway through. So everybody get up, stretch, use the bathroom, get some water or beverage of your choice, and we will be back in about 5-ish minutes with more Labyrinth. See you all in a minute. welcome back. We have returned from our break. I hope everybody had a nice stretch. We have also updated our fundraising goal because that got hit in the first hour, which I was not expecting. So why isn't this updating? There we go. Uh-oh. Does this look normal to everybody? Anyone who's in the stream?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
my
that's fine.
computer's being weird, but it looks like the stream is good. Okay, that's fine then. I don't care if I can't see it, as long as everybody else can see it and it looks okay. Great. Oh. And we have a wandering denizen coming in. Thank you so much, Medley Rose, for that. We will get that included right away. Okay. So where we left off, you all had just cleared out the goblin thieves from the poison shop, so that you could make your way forward. And as you did so, you notice that the kind of makeup of the labyrinth has started to shift. Whereas before it was kind of very stone and kind of drab. You start seeing bits of moss, bits of ivy, vines kind of creeping throughout until eventually the full landscape kind of changes into this green, luscious expanse of ivory-strewn trellises, thick green hedges that just kind of stretch out in front of you. And looking back, you see that the passageway through which you came is now completely overgrown, so it is blocked off. So you are now in the hedge maze. And as you start to move forward, you come into kind of a clearing area where on the floor there is a huge sundial, kind of on the ground, and you see an old man with a hat shaped like a chicken who kind of sits there sleeping, and when you approach him, he kind of starts awake. What? I didn't see you there. And the hat, like, as he wakes up, kind of speaks up and says, "Oh, you'd better ask him something quick. He doesn't stay awake for very long." And the man kind of looks at you all expectantly.
Which way to the buffet?
Ah, yes. You know, sometimes the way forward is the way back. And he kind of points at Zubu. If you ever learn to fly, don't.
I'll try to remember that.
I think that those pots, and he kind of points to some like kind of decorative vases along the sundial, are much larger than they appear. I put my last hat in one and I never saw it again. And the chicken hat just goes, "Hey, what? No, I don't want to go in a pot. I don't want to go in a pot. No pots. No." Oh, he's asleep. He fell asleep again. All right. Well, there you have it. That's what you get. Good day to you. Enjoy your advice.
Thank you, and good luck.
Are you sure you don't want to come with us so you don't disappear into a pot?
Oh, it's quite warm. It's got a nice head. It's fine.
I would like to check out one of the pots.
Okay. You head over to one of the pots, and most of them look fairly normal. You know, they're just kind of like decorative vases. One of them, though, as you get closer, you can see that there's the pot, and then instead of the bottom, there's like a tunnel that goes somewhere.
Hello? I yelled down the pot.
Hello, 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 hello.
Someone's talking to you. Do you hear it?
A lot of someone's. Well, it seems like he was right. This one goes on for a ways.
Do we think? Can I take the 12-foot lance and try and stick it into the pot?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll hit the bottom.
It does. The bottom seems to be about 6 feet down, and then the tunnel seems to like level off and continue forward. Sorry, I'm distracted by pug face.
Sorry, she wanted uppies, so.
Don't apologize.
There's no sorry necessary. Oh no!
Sister, roll of Kaiser.
Oh my god.
He's so cute.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
Okay. So, are you moving through the exit to this area, or are you investigating the pot?
Can I light up one of my fingers and then tie it to the end of the lance and then stick it through to see if we can see in better?
Yeah. You stick your hand down with your finger lit, and it does illuminate. It looks like just a dug tunnel. Like it goes down about 6 feet and then continues forward. And it's large. Like it's once you get down the initial like pot part of it, it is like a 6 to 7 foot round tunnel that seems to just continue on into the labyrinth.
So Zubu would fit into it.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm intrigued. We don't have to, but I'm intrigued.
I
Go
mean,
forth,
it's clear
Zubu,
that we
conquer.
can't go forward because then we'll just probably end up in some sort of horrible loop.
Yeah, just like the echo. Maybe those are the screams of people who've come before us, caught up in this loop.
We're about to join them, apparently. But hey, if there's food down there,
Zubu, you're the only one who can save us.
I don't know about that.
Only your kindness and love can shed light upon this. Climb into the pot and discover what you may.
Zubu will climb into the pot. It doesn't seem like it'd be too difficult because it's only 6 feet and he's pretty tall, so.
Yeah.
I will take off also, I will take off one of my hands with, again, the lit fingers, so it sort of acts as like a torch for Zubu.
Okay. So I would say the easiest thing that you do, you actually just kind of move the pot so that the tunnel is visible.
Sure.
And then you're able to make your way down into it. It is about 6 to 7 feet round, so you have to like scritch a little bit, or you might be like on your belly, but you can see that the tunnel does continue forward for a ways. You can't see exactly how far, but it looks like it continues like into another part of the labyrinth.
Looks like it goes pretty far, Black Star.
Yes, go forth. We will see you. Shout out if you hear anything. Actually, should we go with him?
Yeah, we can't let him go by himself.
We should go with him.
All right, I'll jump into the pit. Flop on Zubo's head.
We should let Mr. Scrabbles go first. He's used to being underground. He'll be a good guide.
It's a really good idea.
badges don't care. Badges don't care about anything. They're fearless creatures.
He's quite fearless.
So Zubu, you can kind of like scoot up against the wall a little bit to let Mr. Scrabbles get ahead of you.
I was definitely going with Zubu because as much as I trust Zubu with my hand, it is my hand and very specifically my hand. And so Zubu doesn't get to keep my hand.
Oh, here you go. You can have your hand back.
Thank you.
And I haven't been on Zubu's head yet, so.
Right. Okay, so you start to follow this tunnel. It does kind of just wind for a little while. It just kind of like moves forward. It does take about an hour to get to the other side of the tunnel, but Blackstar, go ahead and roll me 2d6, please.
All right. Am I giving you both numbers or just the
Yes,
highest?
this is you're basically moving further
okay.
into the labyrinth than you would on a normal roll.
2, 5, so 7.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you continue to follow this tunnel for about an hour, for quite some time, and it kind of winds and turns, and then eventually kind of like slopes back up, and you find on the other end another pot that you are able to climb out of, and you are still in the hedge maze. You're still kind of surrounded by these thick green hedges, and you all are able to climb out of the pot, and you have like a moment or so to kind of get your bearings, and then all of a sudden you see a team of gardener dwarves carrying gardening implements come sprinting down a passage in your direction, frantically gesturing at you. What are you standing there for? Run! They're on a rampage! Run! And you kind of like look past them, and not like coming down in your direction, but you can see like the passageway kind of opens up into like a courtyard area, and in that courtyard area you see two topiaries, like large animal shaped hedges essentially that are patrolling essentially this courtyard area, and they're kind of like bashing up against the hedges and they're snapping at each other. One of them looks to be a bull and one is a gorilla. And they're just kind of like moving about this area ahead of you.
Zubu, if there was ever a time you could save us all, now is the
Yeah,
chance.
can you talk to them?
Are we charging? Or not?
Zubu's
Okay, never mind.
charging.
Maybe talk first, then charge.
But they're running at us.
One of the gardeners recognizes you, Clove, and just says, "Oh, Clove, it's good to see you. We were, well, you know how these topiaries can get, and they've just decided they're in a mood today."
Oh yeah, that's why I like to deal with the smaller plants and not the big ones, because they just get rowdy.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've uprooted themselves, and now they're running all over the place, and, well, you can see. I don't know what we're gonna do. Just wait until they calm down, I suppose. Who knows how long that could be. Well, best of luck to you, and they kind of all, like, charge off.
Oh, you're not gonna help? Okay. I'm going to brandish my hedge clippers.
Okay.
My shears.
Yeah.
I'll pull out a blade of grass from the ground.
Okay.
Maybe I could trip them with the vine? What do you think that would help?
Maybe. I'll stand back here, and if anything goes wrong, I'll set them on fire. I got one thing. I got one job.
All right, Zubu, I would say you have to move a little bit closer towards, so you be kind of like on the edge of the clearing, and then you could try to summon a vine.
Yeah. Zubu will kind of like sneak across the hedge wall, and then as best he can, and then try to squint really hard and try to summon a vine from the wall.
Okay. So summoning the vine is easy. You've got that skill. You can do that. I would say go ahead. So you're trying to trip them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I would say that you'd be helped because of your skill with plants, but you did get a donated hinder, so I would say it's just one die. You can thank your friend for that. I'm hoping it's a friend.
Yep.
So just roll one, and I would say because they are you trying to get the bull or the gorilla?
Let's get the gorilla.
Okay. I would say then that's going to be a difficulty, I'd say 4.
Okay.
So you want to match or beat a 4.
That would be a natural 1.
Oh dear. Okay. All right, so you do manage to summon a vine. That's easy, and you feel like you've got this. So you kind of toss your vine towards the gorilla, and it tries to like lash around its feet, but unfortunately, it's just not quite strong enough. And the gorilla like lumbers over towards you. Once it realizes what's happening, looks around and kind of lumbers over towards you. And then kind of reaches down, and this like 8-foot topiary gorilla tries to like pick you up.
Oh no.
I'm going to have you roll again because since you are a large creature, it doesn't automatically get to do that.
Subu, no!
Zuba's about to learn how to fly.
So this one I'd say let's do it.
No
Oh yeah, have you ever learned to fly?
problem.
So this one I'd say
It
is
was
a difficulty
awarding.
3 to try to avoid the giant gorilla paw.
That's a 1 again.
No.
Okay, so something about this gorilla is just scaring you, and you're not quite able to get out of the way fast enough. So the gorilla kind of like picks you up and is just kind of got you in one hand, which doesn't seem possible because it's only about a foot or two taller than you. But this gorilla just has you in one hand, and the rest of you watch in horror as Zubu is just kind of getting flung around through the air in this gorilla's giant hand. What would the rest of you like to do?
Flames on the side of my face. Breathing, heavy breathing.
Yeah.
How many 80s movies we can reference in this?
All of them.
Everyone.
Scorch is not even thinking. As soon as that gorilla picks up Zubu, don't care what anybody says. Going in, fingers flaming.
Okay.
Actually, what I take that back. It's more what it is all of the fingers light up, and Scorch starts like throwing them like darts
Okay.
at the gorilla.
Couple of things. First of all, Zubu, you have a help on your next roll because now your friend feels bad. As they should. I'm just kidding. Thank you for your donations to charity. We really appreciate it. And also, we're going to go into an action scene. So, essentially what this means... actually, real quick, I need to look up exactly what this means. Basically, we're going to go into a turn-based situation similar to combat. Not quite combat, but, similar. And everyone, I think, is just going to tell me what they want to do. Yeah, okay, so we're just going to go around. There's no, order or anything like that. We're just going to go around, but everyone is going to tell me on their first turn. So just kind of the first, thing that you're going to do. In about 5 seconds is how long your turn is going to be. Just tell me what you want to do. We'll make any checks that we need to make, and then I'll figure out how everything kind of sorts out. So, we're going to start with Scorch because you kind of jumped us off. So you are shooting fire darts at the gorilla.
7 finger darts. Fire finger darts.
Fire finger darts at the gorilla. Okay. Go ahead and make me a check. I'm going to say the difficulty is pretty low because the gorilla is pretty big and not too hard to hit. So I'll say a difficulty 2. And you can roll that with help because of your severable limbs trait.
Perfect. Detachable.
Detachable limbs. That's right.
I rolled 2 5s on that one, so I think I'm pretty good.
Okay. Great. So that is a success. Black Star, we'll go with you. What would you like to do in the next 5 seconds?
Black Star is kind of shoving his face down into its body like a spring and shooting himself towards this creature for a one punch.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll. I would say that's also a 2 difficulty because, again, not too hard to hit.
Yay. 6.
6. All right. Lady Bun, what are you doing?
I think because Basil eats greens and Bun eats everything, so I would love to try to get. I don't know where the arm is flinging poor Zubu around, but I would like to try to make an attempt that both me and my mount would like to consume our vegetables for the day to try to loosen the grip.
Okay. I would say let's do a 4 on that because it is moving a little bit more than the general target. But yeah, and if you have anything that's helpful to you for that.
I don't think dancing and singing is going to help me here. But do I still have that second round of help, or did we use that all as a group already?
I don't think you've used 2 yet. So if you still, I think you would still have 1 for help. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what I get. That's a 4 and a 3.
Okay. So 4, great. So you succeed as well. Clove, what would you like to do?
I would like to run forward and try to stab the gorilla in the foot with my shears.
Got it. Okay. I would say I don't even think you have to roll for that. Honestly, the feet aren't moving, and you are a gardener and you have shears. So I think that would be a difficulty 1, which means you don't have to roll. So you do that. Lady Delanelia, how about you?
With wide eyes and a panic look on my face, Mr. Scrabbles and I are going to charge forwards, going for the ankles. Me with my really long fork, Mr. Scrabbles with his claws.
Okay. We'll go ahead and say difficulty 2 on that one.
That's 4.
Perfect. Okay. And Zubu, what are you doing in this moment?
Zubu would like to extricate himself from the situation because there's all sorts of flame and fire and pointy objects coming towards his way. So while he's being flung, he's going to yell, "This isn't how I thought this was going to go!" And he'll try to jump as he's being flung in one direction just to get away from the situation.
Okay. Go ahead and I would say... let's do it. Well, which direction are you trying to jump? Are you trying to jump back towards the way you came or forwards?
Let's go forwards.
Forwards. Okay. I would say difficulty 3 then, and you do have a help.
Awesome.
Oh no.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Okay.
Zubu!
Okay, so here's how this breaks down. So Zubu, you kind of like wriggle and you get ready to like jump your way out of the arms of this hedge gorilla. And unfortunately, as you do so, the gorilla kind of like shakes as all of your friends just boom, 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 boom. So like there's fire falling into it and it's getting stabbed in the foot and its ankle's getting jabbed and its arm is getting eaten off. And like Black Star's like bopping it in the face with themselves. And you aren't able to make the jump because the gorilla is just a mess. But thanks to the efforts of all of your friends and all of their successes, the gorilla does drop you. It doesn't drop you particularly kindly. You do land on your back and it is unpleasant. But it does drop you and then it kind of like and it like looks around in confusion and then just decides that none of this is worth it. And climbs over a nearby hedge and heads out. So that being the situation, so Zubu is flat on his back in the clearing. There is still a hedge bull hanging out who has now noticed you. Those of you who are also in the clearing, you do now also see that there is a bull made out of hedges as well that is starting to kind of paw the ground in your general direction. And we're going to do another round of action sequences. So we'll start in the reverse order this time. Zubu, what are you doing?
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Zubu has a block of lard wrapped in paper. So what he's going to do is grease the ground in front of the shrubbery.
Okay. I'd say you can just do that because it's not going to stop you from putting lard on the ground. So you unwrap your package of lard and start kind of spreading it around the bowl. Lady Linelia, what would you like to do?
Well, it looks like the bull is issuing a challenge. So as a knight, I have to meet that challenge.
Yes. Okay.
So I see Zubu smearing the lard on the ground. So I'm going to hesitate a moment, start off a little slowly, and then charge at the bull with the intention that the bull hit the lard before I do.
Okay. I would say with the timing aspect of it, it's going to be a difficulty 4. So go ahead and roll.
That's a 1.
Okay. We'll resolve that in a second. Clove, what are you doing?
I would like to just, like Homer Simpson, just like melt into one of the hedges and just like hide.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to stay out of the way, and I'm just gonna.
Okay. I would say you don't have to roll for this, but you are green. And which actually the green probably helps, but the coughing does not. So go ahead and roll. We'll say difficulty 2 because you are green, so that part of it makes it easier.
Cool. Oh, it's a 1.
Oh my god. Okay. Cool. We'll come back to that. Lady Bun, what are you doing?
I'm assuming that I'm seeing all of this and the eventual slip and sliding of my other fellow knight.
Yep.
I would love to say that I have a cape, and that my cape is red, and that Lady Bum would like to rip it from her shoulders and hold it out and be like, "Come here, big boy."
Excellent. Okay.
I know this isn't really considered. It's not really singing, but it is dancing with the bulls.
Yeah, it's performing. I would say you can take the help on that. So you
Okay.
have an improved action, so you can use 2 dice.
Okay.
Are you you're just trying to get the bull's attention?
So what I would like to do is to get the bull to come towards the tora, towards the cloak, but also hit that slick. So
Okay.
hopefully get its horns somewhere, and then I do a big flourish, and
Yeah.
she feels super cool about herself.
Okay, I'd say let's do a difficulty 3 just because, like, there's a little bit of specific direction that you're looking for.
Yeah, sure. All right, that is a 1 and a 4.
Excellent. Okay, you almost had me scared there for a second. Great. All right, Scorch, what are you doing?
Scorch is, well, okay, so Scorch has to find their fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to help with all of this, but I also, Scorch also desperately needs to is useless without all the, at least one finger back.
Okay, I
Preferably
would
2
say
or
because
3.
of all the commotion going on and because the gorilla has absconded, this is going to be a little trickier. I would say, let's go with a difficulty 4 on this one.
Uh-huh. Okay, I think I just get the 1 dice. Or am I hindered?
I don't think you're hindered because,
Okay.
like, your fingers don't actually, like, affect your ability to look at things.
Right.
So the loss of fingers wouldn't hurt you.
Please roll not shitty. 4!
Okay. You are able to successfully locate all of your fingers. It does take a full round because you're like picking up one over here and then you see one over there and you're grabbing that one and you see this one over here. But you are able to successfully relocate all 7 of your fingers.
Hooray!
Blackstar, how about you?
Seeing Zubu in his mind go down, a warrior who will never be replicated on Earth bravery, he's going to squish up to Zubu and just kind of try to touch his cheek. Like, I believe in you. Take my healing words. I'm just going to suction cup myself to his cheek if that's okay, Zubu.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
Blackstar.
So as this all goes down, Zubu, you receive Blackstar's healing and inspiring words, and you get yourself back up, and you're ready to go. You take the lard and you start kind of spreading it all over. Lady Linelia, you see this and you start charging towards the bowl with your fork ready and aimed, and unfortunately Mr. Scrabbles just goes a little too fast. You make it to the lard a little sooner than you'd hoped, and the paws start to lose purchase, and you just kind of go tumbling off to the side, where you see Clove, who has pressed herself up against a hedge and is just kind of like, do not perceive me, but is still very clearly there.
From my bag. Oh, hi. You're doing great, Clove.
Lady Bun, you are able to whip that cloak off of you and just, kind of do the Toreador thing. The bull does notice you, and immediately starts kind of making its way towards you, and where'd my dice go? Oh. Yeah, gets its horns kind of stuck in the cloak, and it's kind of just angrily there, like whipping its head around, trying to get free of your cape. So I will say at this point, the exit to this courtyard, because the bull has moved, is now open. However, you do still have a raging bull. What you would like to do with that is up to you. We can go into another action scene, or y'all can run. Your choice.
Well, Zubu has sacrificed himself for us, so maybe we should finish this fight.
I say I'm good with staying and fighting for Zubu.
For Zubu!
I mean, I gotta get my cloak back somehow.
All right, so we will go into another scene. Zubu, you hear all of your party members yelling like you're dead. You can do with that what you will. Blackstar, we're going to start with you. What are you doing in this next round?
I am going to launch myself off of Zubu's nose to attempt to grapple this bull by the horns.
Okay. Go ahead. This is, you know what? This is going to be a 5 difficulty.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh man. Actually, Ed, if you don't mind, could you roll? Because I think this is off your nose, so I feel like you're the main person involved in this.
Sure, yeah, if you don't mind.
Ed's like, do you want to fail?
I know, right? How's your rolls? Come on.
I switched to brand new dice, so hopefully we'll have some better luck here.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I believe in you.
So what was the roll? I'm sorry.
Difficulty 5.
Yeah.
5, okay. That'd be a 3, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah,
Sounds right.
that checks out.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So, Blackstar, you know, we'll come back to you. We'll see what happens in a second. Scorch, your turn.
Okay, Scorch. Now that Scorch has all Scorch's fingers, I will use one of them to light. Oh, I don't want to because I love the sparker. It's very good. It is my sparker. It's mine now, but I will use it to light the sparker and throw it.
Okay.
At the hedge bowl.
Okay. Same basic thing. Not too much difficulty hitting it because it's a very large target. So we'll do difficulty 2.
2.
2. Great. Okay. Excellent. You chuck the sparker and throw it all of you also have help, thanks to Ed, for your next roll.
And where was that? Like a minute ago.
I was clicking send before we committed.
That's so close.
Okay. So you have launched the sparker at the hedge bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lady Bun, what are you up to? You have the bull in your cape. There seems to be a firework heading towards you and the bull at the moment.
Right. Can you remind me real quick what that specific firework does again?
It sets everything on fire.
Yes.
It does specify I didn't read it out because it wasn't relevant. It does specify in the description that characters cannot be set on fire. You will just be slightly singed.
Okay. I think Bun does really want her cloak back. So I'm thinking maybe she kind of jumps up. The little doggy paws don't really help all that much, so maybe she kind of she jumps up and bites at the cloak itself to try to like bring the bull's head down and maybe either trip it or kind of hinder it so that it gets hit by the firework a bit easier.
Okay. Go ahead and roll, I'd say difficulty, I'd say 3, just because it's whipping its head around a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. And then I have the help.
And you have the help.
That's a 6 and a 5.
Excellent. Okay, so easy enough. We'll come back to that. Clove, what are you doing?
Realizing that my hiding didn't work because Linelia was talking to me, I'll pick up my shears again, and I would like to. What would make most sense? It's gonna be on fire soon. I'm gonna start heading towards the exit. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like plant myself in front of the exit and like hold my shears in case the bull starts to come this way. I'm gonna like try to block off this exit.
Okay. Easy enough. No roll needed. You make your way towards the exit of the clearing. Lady Linelia, what are you doing?
Well, my challenge was foiled, and I can't let that stand. So I'm going to jump back on Mr. Scrabbles, give him a pat, tell him he's doing great, and then we're going to charge back in.
Yes. Okay. Let's do difficulty, I'd say 2 because there's no lard this time.
That's a 3.
Excellent. Okay, so you are able to do so. Zubu.
Zubu is going to see that Black Star probably went off in a completely wrong direction and try to render assistance, render aid.
Okay. No roll needed for that. Okay, so here's what was down. So, Black Star, you get ready to jump towards the horns of this bull as Lady Bun kind of pulls the horns down to the ground. So the bull is kind of pinned, but unfortunately that does mean that Black Star just zooms right over the top of where they intended to go and kind of like implants themselves into like the hedge on the other side. It's just kind of hanging there. So Zubu, you are able to get over there and kind of pluck Black Star out of the hedge. Clove, you are at the exit with your shears at the ready. Lady Linelia, because Lady Bun has managed to kind of make the bull less likely to move, you are able to easily go in and just stab it good in the rump with your fork. And at the same time, Scorch, you do let the sparker fly free. So that impacts, and suddenly there's just sparks going in all directions. It's very pretty. It's nothing's hard. Like, it doesn't hurt or anything. They're just kind of lightly sparking across you as you go. But you do see the bull catch and start to burn. And after a couple more seconds, it kind of like makes this like kind of swaying motion and then falls to one side as the foliage continues to burn away. At which point you all look up and see Clove kind of like waving her shears over towards the exit.
Black Star, are you okay? And then Zubu has Black Star in his hand and just is doing tiny chest compressions.
I'm not gonna make it. Just go on without me.
No, we'll get you to safety, Black Star.
You can't leave yet. Remember, you're supposed to rule a kingdom after this.
Sometimes the worm's journey doesn't go more further than its tail. Just bury me in your nose, or maybe your hair, somewhere with reverence.
Black Star, no!
Stay with me!
This is like when Goofy died in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh wait, no, I'm fine. Yeah, no, it was just passing gas. That's my bad. It felt like something was coming, but no, it's good. We're fine. We're fine.
Blackstar, you
All right.
are indestructible.
It would appear so.
As you all celebrate the resurrection of Black Star, Scorch, can you go ahead and roll me a d6?
See, that's why I don't let the hedges get too big where I'm working, because that just happens, and then you got to regrow them, and it's a whole lot of work.
That was terrifying. Onward.
No more bowls.
Yes.
I mean,
Scorch,
unless
can you
it's
roll
just
me
steak.
a d6, please?
Sure can. 6.
6. All right. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So you continue to move forward until, when the hedge kind of like turns and shifts, and then eventually you see it open up into another clearing area. This one's a little bit larger than the last one, kind of a larger space, and then you see on the far side of the clearing again is a exit. You hear the ring of steel and the roar of a crowd. A young human woman in a duelist's uniform is fencing with a fox back and forth across a manicured garden strewn with obstacles. All around the periphery, onlookers observe the exchange, breaking into applause when a combatant makes an impressive maneuver. Before long, the woman disarms the fox, sending her sword flying into a nearby hedge. The crowd roars in approval, and the woman shouts, "Well, who's next?" Behind her stands a flowered archway leading deeper into the hedge maze. As you kind of enter the clearing, she looks up and says, "Ah, travelers! I see. Well, if you seek to pass through this way, you must, one of you must duel me first. Only those who can best me are permitted to pass."
Fortunately, I'm too wounded. Clove, handle this.
I was gonna say Lady Adelia needs to uphold the honor of all foxes.
Oh yeah, that's fair. No, that yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Maybe you'll be the second. I don't know. Is that a thing here?
No.
If Lady Linelia goes down, then you'll definitely go, because you have the hedges.
Yes, I will
There you go.
avenge my kin.
All right. So you step forward to duel this
I
woman?
do,
All
holding
right.
up my, holding in front of me my very long fork.
Okay, excellent. She will introduce herself as Evangeline LaRoche and say, "And you are my opponent."
I am Lady Linelia, and this is my mount, Mr. Scrabbles. He'll be watching.
Excellent. Well met. All right. Well, as I'm sure I don't need to tell you, as a lady, that we fight with honor here. There will be no shenanigans, no funny business, only honorable combat. Do you accept these terms?
I do, I say with the side eye towards Scorch.
All right.
What did I do?
Scorch just slowly puts the other firework back.
And yep. It's fine.
Okay. So let me figure out how this works real quick. Okay, so you move kind of into the space, and essentially the way that this is going to go is that it's a series of contested checks between you and Evangeline, in a variety of different locations. So the first thing I'll do is roll to see which area of the battlefield that you'll be fighting in that round. You can utilize your surroundings if you'd like. You'll describe kind of what you do, and then that will affect what the difficulty level is for the round. And then you'll go back and forth. There's a little like track on here. We're not going to do that, but you'll go back and forth until one of you has won 3 fights in a row, or 3 rounds in a row, essentially. Okay. Cool. So we will start off. You're starting off near the long rectangular stone-lined pool, and upon which there are a variety of stepping stones and some lily pads. So that is where the first round of this is going to take place. Evangeline will have her sword at the ready, and she will say, "All right, on guard." I think that's what you say when you start fencing. I don't know how that works. So the first thing you'll do, Lady Linelia, is kind of describe what you'd like to do this round and how you'd like to approach her.
Yeah. I mean, we have stepping stones across the body of water. I feel like I'm obligated to draw the battle out onto those. I mean, what is the duel without doing it at least part over water? So I will engage and start. I will try and force her out onto the stepping stones.
Okay. Excellent. And do you have anything that would affect either help or hinder this task?
I am very good at spotting so I can keep an eye on my footing as I fight. Does
Excellent.
that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to say the difficulty will go down to a 3 for this first one.
Roll the 5.
Excellent. Okay, so you lure her out onto these stepping stones and just kind of have at her. And she is blocking your strikes, but it's clear that in this moment you do have the advantage. After a few moments of trading back and forth, and you do feel like you've won this round, she will kind of, with a couple of nimble steps, back off of the stepping stones and move towards a kind of flat, sandy area of the fighting area. And what would you like to do next?
Well, I am honorable, so I'm not going to kick up sand. I'm just going to engage her directly. That seems like the only honorable thing here to do.
All right. The honorableness is noted. We'll go ahead and say this is a 4.
Chat sure could use some help. That's a 2.
Ooh.
Okay. So you do engage her honorably, and you feel really good about it. But it does, at this kind of flat terrain, she does seem to have a lot of skill, and it is becoming harder to match each of her blows. You kind of transition a little bit. You're in an area that has a lot of kind of larger boulders. There's a lot of rocks around, and that is the next space.
As a fox, I would like to nimbly jump up on a rock to get the high ground, because everyone knows if you have the high ground.
Excellent. We'll say difficulty 2, because you will have a much easier time maintaining the high ground than she will.
That's a 6.
Excellent. Okay. Great. So yeah, you managed to nimbly jump up on one of the boulders and just really have at her. And she is holding her own, but it's clear that she's waning a little bit as the blows keep coming.
I could do this all day.
She kind of snorts at you, but there's like some respect in it. And all right, then the next thing you see is a area of, you have help on your next roll, courtesy of Mr. Spookerson.
Oh, thank you.
And the next thing that you see is an area that you are in is an area of very tall grass. So you have a lot of like weeds, grass, I'd say coming up to about knee height, maybe a little higher on you.
Okay. I'm going to try and press my advantage from the last zone and keep her moving, using my spotting to watch out for hidden rocks or holes in the ground, hoping that maybe she doesn't see them as I'm trying to push her backwards.
Excellent. Yeah, I'd say you definitely are able to kind of maintain an advantage. You also, being slightly smaller than her, have an easier time slipping through the grass than she does. I would say let's go with a 3 on this one. And you do have help.
Another 6.
Great. Okay. So that is 3 rounds that you've successfully won. So as you slip through the grass and you poke at her here, and then she turns and you're already on the other side of her, and you just kind of keep having at her until finally she's so discombobulated that you're able to just like kind of get, I don't know how fencing works. You end with your sword like on her chest or whatever you're supposed to do to win.
I'll take my fork,
yeah.
and I will catch her sword in the prongs of the fork and twist it out of her hands.
Excellent. Perfect. So you do that. The sword goes flying and your fork stays strong. And she stops and she kind of like inclines her head and says, "I have been bested. You are quite the fighter, and you fight with much honor. You will henceforth be known as the Honorable Lady Linelia, and you are welcome to continue on your quest forward." And you can actually add the trait honorable to your character sheet if it was not already there. And yeah, you are all welcome to continue to move forward.
Hooray!
Yay!
I'm gonna find some flowers and give it to the dear lady.
Who are you giving?
You.
Oh, to me.
You!
Okay, sorry.
You.
Thank you, Black Star.
Quickly, it's heavy.
I will take them. I will put them behind my big ears.
Excellent. Lady Bun, can you roll me a d6, please? As you all move
I
forward.
can. That is a 1.
Okay. As you head out, Evangeline LaRoche just kind of like waves to you again and says, "Good fortune, best wishes be with you. Thank you for the excellent combat." And you move on. You continue to make your way through the hedge maze. You come across a small clearing, much smaller than the ones you've been in the past, and it has a strange device that kind of is sitting silently in the middle of the clearing. It's this very large lens that is pointed up at the sun, and then the collected light kind of like focuses into a beam and is directed straight down into a prism that across the ground you see split the colors of the rainbow, which illuminate the stone tiles beneath the device in a very kind of like narrow section. Around the device, you see 6 glass spheres that are up on pedestals, each of these spheres in a different color of the rainbow. So you have rainbow light on the ground, you have 6 colored spheres on pedestals. And the flagstones on the bottom, you see what looks to be a map of the local area, but it looks incredibly complicated and like something is missing.
Oh no, she stole Pink Floyd too.
We can only get one, so we need to. Obviously, it's the Bowie, but
Well, obviously, clearly.
yeah.
I have to come back.
Maybe during the summer. I don't have to check our schedules.
What would you all like to do?
So is the light? You said there's like a beam, like a narrow beam of light that's being kind of projected onto the ground. Is that across the map?
Yeah, so there's a beam of light coming into the lens and then like being rainbowed onto the ground. It is in the same like area as the map. It doesn't seem to be like interacting with the map in any particular way. And then you have the 6 kind of crystal balls that are spaced throughout that are also in the various colors.
I would like to go up to the blue crystal ball
Okay.
and like look in it.
Okay. You look in it. It looks you see the other side of it. It's just everything has a blue kind of tint to it. You like it's very firmly attached to the pedestal, so it's not like just sitting there. It is like attached to the pedestal it's on, but yeah, it's blue.
How big is it?
It's about like 6-7 inches wide.
Okay. And I can't like pick it up. We can't pick it up.
No, it is attached to the pedestal it's on.
Well, what's the fun of that if it's stuck to something? I just don't understand that.
So just so that I'm understanding the visualization in my head, are there any moving parts with that, with the prism that you mentioned? Or are they all like transfixed?
No, the device is specified as immovable.
Immovable. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the light is just kind of straight down.
Okay. So I think Bun's gonna go over to the map, and try to suss out, I guess, like what's going on with the map, because you said that the lights are also on, like the colors are on the map too, right?
The map is kind of on the flagstones. So
yeah.
the rainbow colors are like overlapping with parts of the map, but it doesn't look like in any particular way.
Okay.
But you've got 6 colors of rainbow on the ground, and you've got 6 spheres along the edge.
I mean, I like the color red, so I think we should just go to this part on the map.
I mean, yeah. Red,
I like red.
black is a better color, but yeah, sure. Let's.
I think red is a very fetching color. Thank you.
So do I.
Does look nice on you.
Thank you.
Can we tell what is missing on the map? You said it seems like there's a part missing.
Yeah, so the map it looks very complicated. It would take about an hour, as the map is right now, to figure out what on the map relates to something where you are. There seems to be some kind of like almost like you're missing like a key or markings. It's like the map is there, but there's no markings or anything on it. So as it currently is, it's very hard to accurately read.
Mm-hmm. And is there an obvious way out of this clearing? Like, could we just like keep going?
Yeah, there is an exit on the other side.
Okay. I want to kind of tap on the. I'll use my shears to tap on the flagstones. Can I tell if it's hollow? Like
it's not hollow.
Okay.
Are you tapping on the flagstones near where the light is?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and we'll say roll me a task difficulty 3.
All right, and I have an advantage for this. A 3 and a 4.
Okay. So you take your shears out, and you start. Right, you were tapping with your shears.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you start kind of tapping along where the light is. And as you do so, there's a moment where the light kind of hits your shears and bounces off.
Mm.
And the red portion of the light kind of bounces off in such a way that it like hits slightly the red crystal, and a section of the map lights up.
Guys, I found something.
Is that supposed to happen?
Clove,
I
that's so
told you red
smart.
was the best color.
I don't know.
Usually happen?
Wait. And then Bun kind of turns towards Lady Linelia. Your fork.
Yeah. And I'll give it a try. I'll put the fork down into the light. I guess I'll try orange.
Anyone else have other shiny things?
Okay, as you do orange, another section of the map lights up.
Basil, I need to take your collar off for a minute.
I got the big the big stick.
Okay.
The really big.
Amongst all of you, you are able to get enough shiny things to reflect the various 6 colors into the various 6 crystals. And as you do so, the map does light up, and the markings become apparent, and it does become immediately obvious which direction you would need to move forward in order to continue on your quest. So you are able to move forward in a way that does not lose you any time.
Hey.
Oh, you're so smart.
No, right? Like.
Okay. Lady Bun, did you roll the last d6?
I did.
Okay. Clove, go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Rolling my bad dice. A 3.
3. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, come on. There it is. Okay. All right. So you continue forward, patting yourselves on the back for some excellent puzzle solving, and you start to hear what sounds like crying, like wailing, like a very, very unhappy series of children.
Oh no!
And
Children.
you make your way into the next kind of opening of the maze, and you come across a kind of large garden area, and it's a series of plants.
We're plants.
The plants are moving around, and you get the sense almost immediately that all of these plants are babies. They're crying and they're yelling and they're throwing leaves at each other and they're just being a mess. And as you can like see kind of towards the other side, there is an exit to this clearing on the other side that would be moving forward. There's a large aloe vera plant that is blocking that exit, and she just looks harried. She's, you see her motioning at, like, put that down, stop that, go back to your bed, and nobody's listening. You see there are a couple of furrows that are kind of dug in one area. There's one sapling that's kind of sitting there, just kind of like chilling to himself. There are a couple of boxes, like planter boxes nearby that are full of very nice soil. You see a couple of saplings that are in there kind of like taking a little nap in the soil. There is a greenhouse off to one side that is, glass windows, that kind of thing. And then you see the aloe vera plant, who is just a mess, trying to corral all of these sapling children. She sees you as you enter, and she kind of starts to wave you over, and she just says, "Oh, thank goodness, our backup is not here, and I don't know where the rest of them is, and I can't handle all of them myself. Please, if you could just settle down 3 or 4 of them, that's all I need. I just need a couple of them to go down, and then I can handle the rest, I promise."
Bun puffs out her chest. And she says, "Oh, don't worry. I got the best singing voice to put them to sleep.
Yes.
I'll handle them."
Perfect.
As you mentioned singing, there are 2 saplings that do kind of like look over your way and just say, "Did you say that you were gonna sing us a lullaby?"
"Absolutely, darling."
Okay.
Right, hold on.
Okay. And they kind of like scurry up towards the the planter boxes and like snuggle themselves in and look up at Lady Bun expectantly.
I want to say that she continues singing in that awful smoker voice, but I think it would be funnier if she just broke out into some sort of weird operatic bellowing.
Scorch would like to, as Lady Bun sings her melodious, beautiful song, Scorch would like to perform a ballet to accompany.
All right.
In more interpretive, modern dance, less ballet. Sometimes there's like limbs that like sort of float in the air above, and like occasionally the leg will come off and get held up in the air because it's that way, to get that extension really.
Okay. We'll say that gives you a help, Lady Bun. So go ahead and roll. It's going to be a difficulty 4 because there's so much chaos going on.
And then with me having singing and dancing, does that do anything?
It'd be double help, so it's still just the 2 dice, but you're actually, we'll just go ahead and take the difficulty down to 3 because you've got that as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, Black Star twerking. Let's do this.
Yeah, Mr. Scrabbles is doing the traditional badger dance.
Yeah.
Just up and down.
I got a 3 and a 5.
Excellent. Okay, so through the melodic operatic tones of Lady Bun, these 2 little saplings do kind of like drift off to sleep as you sing. However, you hear another voice from over near the like furrowed area that hears you singing and starts to sing as well. And this sapling, as you look, looks a little different than most of the other saplings that are running around. I need everyone to make a difficulty.
Oh, no.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I need everyone to make a difficulty, we'll say 3 check. You have help if you are hardy or good at withstanding things or anything like that. If you have something that might constitute a constitution help, you have that as well.
Like endurance.
Endurance would do it, yes.
I got a 6, so.
Nice.
Or if you, or you actually would also have help if you're bad at hearing things. Conversely.
Does that give me harm then because I'm really good at hearing things?
No, because the goal, like, it's more about, like, the endurance aspect of it. It's mostly just that, like, if you're deaf, then you'd be immune to this.
Okay, and I got a 5.
Okay. Did anyone get below a 3?
Oh no!
Okay,
Zubu,
so Lady Bun sings these 2 saplings to sleep. This other sapling starts to sing along quite nicely, almost too nicely, and you look over and Zubu just kind of like leans over and falls asleep as the mandrake sapling continues to sing.
I would like to approach the mandrake if I could.
Okay.
Excuse me.
But,
Could you stop, please?
oh, but everybody else was singing. I thought we were singing.
Do you have a maybe a different song?
Oh, no, I only know the one song.
Oh, okay.
But I could stop if you want.
Yes, please.
Dang.
Okay.
Harsh. The music industry is hard to get into.
Could you maybe tell me a story instead so I could get to sleep if I can't sing?
A story?
Yeah, could you tell me a bedtime story?
Okay, sure. So, once upon a time, there were some goblins, and they were moving a lot of explosives, and it was very dangerous. And so, this brave dwarf tiptoed very quietly up to them and stole some of their explosives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. And then she tiptoed very quietly away. And then she thought she was going to die.
Oh, no.
I know.
Was she okay?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Oh, good.
She just needed some water. So I'm going to give you a little drink of water, and then you can take a little nap, and you'll go right to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for the story.
Yeah. So I'll find like a watering can and like water her a little bit.
Okay. And she will kind of like snuggle into her little patch and go to sleep. Zubu, you wake up about 5 minutes later, feeling very refreshed. Nice little power nap. And with these saplings kind of settled down, there's still a few running wild, but the noise has definitely decreased to a certain amount. And the aloe vera plant says, "Oh, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate the help. Were you trying to, here, right this way. Thank you." And she will kind of like scoot aside to let you through. Do you need anything? We have some gardening tools and such, if there's anything that we can do for you, but we appreciate the assistance.
I'm all set.
You don't need any tools when I got these.
You having
She kind of
shears.
recoils as you set your hands on fire. Oh, please not around the children.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Ears, fork. Maybe I could get a pitchfork.
Well, we don't have any pitchforks, but we do have a rake.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay. And
Oh,
you can
That was kind of a nice rake.
you can acquire a fancy. What is this? Hang on, I have to roll for tools. Please hold. Okay, it is a very fancy sentient rake
Oh
that
my
you have
God.
now.
Aw,
Tell me what it
heck
sounds
yeah.
like.
This is what I get for rolling instead of just deciding. Now you have a sentient rake. The rake says, "Hello."
Oh,
I didn't expect you to have a voice. What's your name?
My name is Rake.
Well, hi, Rake. I'm Bun. This is Basil. Goes great on pizza. And you're gonna help us save David Bowie and eat a lot of food.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to help. Nice to meet you.
We will teach you everything we know.
Okay, you can add sentient Rake to your list of items.
Yes.
Now have
Dreams
a
do come true.
We are actually going to go ahead and stop there for the day. So we'll do some quick outros and then be done. Let me go ahead and mark our progress here with my little ribbon. Okay, so that has been our first session of the Labyrinth TTRPG. We raised $335 today, which is absolutely insane. I know that somebody redeemed a Goblin King appearance a few minutes ago. We will do that at the top of the next session, which would be a good way to kind of jump back in, so the Goblin King can come check on what y'all have been up to. So we will be back next Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific to 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. So if you want to get notified when we go live, you can go ahead and give a follow if you want, or we'll announce on Twitter and all of those places. So real quick, we're going to go around and just introduce everybody, say who you are, what you do, where we can find you on the internet, all of those good things. We're just going to go down the overlay. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Mitch.
Hi, I'm Mitch. You can find me on all social medias at Penny for a Tale. The biggest thing I got going on is my Kickstarter is out right now, called Necrobiotics. So we got 4 more days left. So definitely check it out and do what you can and spread the word. So this was awesome.
All right, LD.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lady Dame. You can find me everywhere that on the internet that's important at the Lady Dame. I am a late night variety streamer here on Twitch. I stream Saturdays, Sundays, and I'll have a stream tonight. And Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific, I read stories, play games, and I am the host of the infamous Smutty Saturday. So if you like fan fiction and erotica and specifically of the cursed variety, come check us out. It's frankly a ridiculously good time. This month on my channel, all month long, it's Chuck Tingle month. So for Smutty Saturday, we're reading all Tinglers all the time. I'm also reading some of his non-smutty books on Sunday nights. And on Tuesdays, we're playing tabletop simulators. I'm also part of the TTRPG space. I am in a podcast called Of Black Glass, produced by Off the Table, that comes out bi-weekly on Sundays. I think we're up to episode 9 currently. I'm trying to think what else. I've got a few things on the table that I should be announcing soon. So if you follow me on Twitter, which is at the Lady Dame, you can find out all what I'm doing. Also, at the end of this month, I will be doing my own charity tabletop stream, raising money for the Trevor Project, playing the Chuck Tingle TTRPG, the Tingleverse, which I'm getting set up as we speak. It's going to be a ridiculously good time. I've got some really good folks in that. So stay tuned for all of that kind of fun nonsense. And, catch me tonight on my own channel at 9 p.m. Pacific for story time.
Yay. Julian.
Hi, I am Julian, and I have played Bun. Excellent work, by the way, our Goblin King for running everything.
Yeah.
Super fun, by the way. You can catch me either on my channel on Jacqueline Hare, where I both run and play games. We're currently in the middle of a Curse of Strahd campaign, a Scion 2E campaign, and a Vampire the Masquerade V5 Chronicle. So if you're interested in those things, check us out for that. If not, in retrospect, I'm also playing on Guild of the Phoenix. Tonight, oddly enough, I'm playing in another V5 Chronicle, and also another Curse of Strahd campaign, but doing a modern twist on Strahd, so we can call it Strahdernized. And we're exemplifying all of the new Ravenloft content over there. And then I also play in a Cyberpunk Red campaign. So if you guys are interested in tabletop stuff, great. If you're interested in just art stuff, you can check me out on Twitter at triangle_art_JW.
Awesome. And Abby.
Hello, I'm Abby. You can follow me on Twitter at Aragorn's Girl if you'd like to see pictures of my cat or hear my strong opinions about folk music. I am part for another couple sessions of a Saturday game over on Marefeather's channel of Invisible Sun, where I have had so much fun playing Faraday. And that's it. Do a couple one-shots here and there. Thank you, Caitlin, for putting this together. And come look at pictures of my cat.
Awesome. Well, thank all of y'all for being here. Anna.
So I'm Anna Wotan. I'm a LGBTQIA+ activist, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. In some spaces, you'll know me as Archibald Dust Bunny. You can find me on Twitter at Anna Wotan. I have a bunch of charity streams that I'm participating in throughout the month of June, so check my Twitter for that. And then I'm also very excited, starting on Wednesdays, starting next month, over on Valorant's Twitch channel, I will be playing in an Animorphs themed Blades in the Dark actual play, which is going to be a lot of fun. So come and check that out.
Yes.
And last but not least, Ed.
Hi, I'm Ed Chuck. You can find me on Twitter at Dreaming of Light, and more often than not, you can also find me on the Madbird Streams Twitch channel playing D&D. We normally play 5th edition in a home game that's been lasting for probably about 3.5 years now, so getting towards the close there, so exciting times.
Awesome. And I'm Caitlin, aka a Theaterphile. This is my channel. Normally what happens here is vintage gaming, which on this channel is defined as any game that is at least 10 years old. I am not responsible for making you feel old. If I have to, so do you. Currently, we are playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 on Wednesday nights, and we're playing Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo on Sunday afternoons. Catch that back on this channel today, starting at 3 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, that's mostly what I do. I am also on Secrets Beyond the Suns, which is the Invisible Sun campaign that Abby mentioned over on Marefeather's channel. I play Alondra in that game, and it's been super, super fun. I also occasionally pop up other places on the internet. Following me on Twitter is the best place to find out about that. I should probably put my own chatbot command in the chat because I forgot about that. But so Twitter is the best place to stay updated on where I'm at and what I'm doing. I think that is just about it. Thank you so much to everybody who donated. I'm gonna have to raise the goal again because we hit it again.
Hey, yeah.
Which is absolutely absurd. But thank you all so much for your generosity. The Trevor Project is truly an incredible organization, and I'm so happy to be able to support them all the time, but especially during Pride Month. So thank you to everybody who donated. We will be right back here next Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific for the next session of Labyrinth. We will see how far we get. And yeah, it should be a really great time. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We are going to do a raid. My friend Lady Sif, who is also my mod extraordinaire, has been with the channel since day one, just started her own channel and is currently doing a dice crafting stream where she's pouring new resin dice, which she makes artisan dice. They're gorgeous. So we're going to go ahead and throw a raid her way. Feel free to send her some love and hang out. And yeah, we will see all of you back here next Sunday. Thank you all so much. Thank you to all of my players. You were all phenomenal. And have a great rest of your Sunday. Goodbye.